This is the legendary Humble and Fred Show, Canada's national morning show.
You are now about to witness the strength of street knowledge.
The following episode of Humble and Fred Radio is brought to you by FYI Music News, The Retirement Sherpa, Gig Sky, The Chambers Plan, Strain Print, Palma Pasta, CDN Technologies, and our newest sponsor, Sticker U, where you can get your stickers on Queen Street or order anywhere in the world. If you'd like to talk to Humble and Fred, call 1-833-437-8465. That's 1-833-HF-STINK. And now from the worldwide headquarters of the Humble and Fred Show, here are Humble and Fred.
Well, that's not true, Phil. We're gonna take you back in time to many, many years ago. How the show began, right, Freddie? Mm-hmm. All right. So
memory lane.
let me just get this ready for our friend. As soon as you hear that music, here we go, Dan. Not yet. There we go.
I'm Dan Duran.
I'm Dan Duran. Ladies and
Yes! From 1989 to 2019, these two men have struggled to find their way and bring a unique brand of comedy, politics, and fart jokes to the people.
Yeah.
Celebrating 30 years of Christmas miracles and Hanukkah dreams, here are the men, the myth, the legends, said no one ever, Humble and Fred!
Oh, man. That sent shivers down my spine.
Let me just begin by saying we really are something. I mean, we must. Here's the thing I know about our show, that even though it's a small but dedicated group of people, we have attracted such a lovely gathering of human beings, and we say thank you to you people who have been so lovely. That's
Really.
the show, everyone. We're going to eat some food.
Merry Christmas.
And Merry Christmas. That's what we brought you in here to say.
No, I'm convinced they didn't come for the sandwiches. They came for us. Because no one, they're it's a sweet group.
It is a sweet group. I mean, that's what I think about sometimes when I think about how long we've been doing this. Hey, Antonio Villarreal.
He came as Jesus.
I don't know if you've been watching him online in social media, but Anthony puts these pictures of him working out, and it's frightening. Like, seriously, he's got this full beard now, and the sweat.
Yeah.
Where were we? Welcome to the
sweet boy.
show, everyone. It's our gift of Christmas for 2019. You know, we tried to talk about this the other day on the show. We were talking about how many years in a row concurrently we've done this, because there were a couple of years off. But the very first one was the Christmas of 1989.
Yeah, it's hard to believe, isn't it? That's, 30, or would that be 31 years ago? Whatever it is now. 89.
Isn't it 30?
I guess.
Yes, 30.
However that works. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Are we having this meeting now?
29, unfortunately.
Is
But
the
does it take 31 years to get to 9 to 9?
I don't know.
Yeah. We'll figure it out. Same thing.
That's honestly,
Yeah.
I thought it was 30.
Oh, it is 30.
Is it?
Okay. Yeah. That's all right.
Okay.
Just food for thought.
Yeah, it is food for thought. That's the kind of thing we do here. Dan Duran, and you were, so the people that were there, the very first time we sort of pretended to have a Christmas party.
Right.
You were one of them.
I was. There was a very small group of people in the studio.
There was a dog. There was a dog, yes.
There was a dog, a larger dog.
Ty, don't give him any more food. Okay.
Speaking of dogs.
Yeah. Because here's why. This dog of mine that I have now he's got a very fragile constitution. And,
Really?
yeah.
So later in the day, this
Oh,
may
no,
be a
not
problem?
later. Very soon in the day. No. Very soon in the day, he's going to have an episode. So you were there, Fred and I.
And
Loman the dog.
And who's the news person there? Would that have been
Mary Ellen Benninger, yeah.
Yeah, she would have been. Yeah.
And,
We should have had Mary Ellen in today. Although
And,
we've asked before, she's not too
Wait,
interested
listen,
in coming.
When she worked on the show, she didn't want to come to the party.
She didn't want to come in the studio.
She was That's right. Here we are. We're doing the Humble and Fred show. It's the early 90s. We think we're something else. And to Mary Ellen's like, I don't know what show I work on. I don't really. That's not who I work with.
I don't know. I think your attitude's
That
probably
guy
true.
right there is Craig Milton. Later on, you're going to see some amazing pictures. Craig Milton, everybody. Look at him, for God's sake.
Nice.
Yeah. And, yeah. Not as enthusiastic. People would be way. I thought they'd be way happier to see Craig, but I was. Hey, Craigie. And Dan, what are your memories? Because this is what we're going to do. We've got a couple of performers today. Biff Naked in the studio later, ladies and gentlemen.
Nice.
Okay. and as well, Crack of
Dawn?
Crack of Dawn.
Yes.
Crack of Dawn. This was a last-minute edition. These really sweet people are going to come in and sing a song for you. They came all the way from Barrie. They got quite excited when we said, hey, there's a spot on the Humble and Fred show. Is that what happened?
Yeah, they're funk soul legends.
Funk Soul.
Crack it on.
And when you think of Humble and Fred, you think of Funk Soul.
That's right. And apparently there's whiteouts on the 400, so they must really want to come. Yeah.
Well, that brought the show to an
Merry Christmas.
Great. Around 8:15, we're like, the Crack of Dawn.
Where are they?
Several of the members of the Crack of Dawn have been in a ditch somewhere on Innisfield Beach Road. Thanks to everyone who came in. If you want to just take your jackets off downstairs, it's like a house party. Just come on in, get your jackets. I see Michelle Levesque there from LFS Credit and Finance, one of our sponsors in 2019. There's one of his good kids. There's the daughter. And Rudra's here. What we're going to do, Fred and I decided the format of this show versus the others that we've done, which is usually pretty performance heavy, right?
Yeah, it is. And again, after 8 o'clock, we'll have the musical guest. But beforehand, we just thought everybody could maybe come up and share their memories of the Humble and Fred. Both, because we have listeners that have been with us for over 20 years, and then some that are relatively new to the podcast.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. We're also wanting to just quickly recognize some of the people that have supported us as partners and sponsors. And when they arrive, we'll say hi to them. But listen, to start
Because if it wasn't for them.
Exactly. Let's just start with Neighbors, though, because we wanted to give Mike Neighbors a quick chance to come over and say hi, because we've told the story on the show a bunch of times. Mike is our friend and program manager of Funny 820, and I think he runs a bunch of other stuff as well. Aren't you in charge of some things?
I got lots of
Mike Neighbors, everybody.
Hey, everybody. Hey. Yeah, no, I the program director for TSN 1150 and Funny 820. And,
are you?
And the coup de grace for me, really, in my career as a program director was landing Humble and Fred for my morning show.
Well, that was it. What's the word? Were we dumped by Sirius XM? You swooped right in.
I swooped. I swooped.
Almost immediately.
Yeah, it was funny because we went on radio station Tinder and we started swiping for stations.
And I'd been there for a while, waiting for someone to swipe
we
me.
We just kept swiping away from Bell because we'd had some Bell experience.
Yeah,
right?
Sure.
And
Bell doesn't know you're on Bell, by the way, just so you know.
Yeah,
when are you going to tell him?
You know what? I'm just keeping it under my hat, man. It's all good.
So anyway, we finally connected.
Yeah.
With Mike, and Mike's been so great to us. In fact, to be completely fair, Sirius XM and Fred and I, we broke up in the spring of 2018.
Yeah, did we know we were going to go with Mike even before?
Yes,
Yeah.
This is what we did.
Yeah,
Because Mike was like he was waiting in the wings as our side action, and
We'll show them.
Oh
we thought.
yes,
they think they're dumping us. Wait till they see what we're doing.
wait till they find out we're on an AM station in Hamilton.
We have a Hamilton AM ready to go.
Yeah, that's right. We said, you guys go ahead and dump us. We're going to AM in Hamilton.
Yeah, you and your national
We don't need your
broadcast. Well, listen, it's been awesome, the relationship between us. I see Humble's got to work my levels there because I'm a bit
I'm
loud.
operating the show now because in 1989 he was operating the show. And but listen, a couple things we want to say. Mike's actually had worked with us for a very long time. Part of the legacy or whatever history of the show is for a long time I did this feature called The Humble Report, and it was like a little mini weekend update every day. And writing it, and it was kind of starting to get, it was tiring doing it every day. And I found this guy, Mike Neighbors, and this is how long ago it was. Mike put out a thing called the Laugh Fax.
That's
It was a
right.
fax that came to radio stations every day, and he covered about 6 or 7 pages each day of topics and some punchlines. And I used to say to Fred, this is perfect because he would basically summarize all the news of the day, and a lot of it was very funny, and the stuff, it was just a great addition to the show for a really long time.
21 years.
Yeah.
I wrote that. Yeah. So
Well,
you were,
and almost that long working on the
yeah.
show.
Oh yeah. You were my 4th client, and the highlight of it had happened early. Well, it was. I remember sitting one morning, and one of my jokes got on the Humble Report, and I thought, that's it, man. I made it. I was ready to
How
shut
sad
it down.
for you.
It was awesome.
I really
It was,
feel bad for you.
It was an awesome experience for me as a young writer trying to, figure out what he wanted to do. So, and that began our relationship, and then I got to meet Fred and found out he was the
Well, he's
better
the
of
brains,
the two.
of
Yeah,
course,
exactly.
obviously.
So
I tried to do a deal for him to write my sportscast, but he wouldn't do it.
no,
Wait a
no.
second, you had a sportscast?
Yeah.
He wouldn't do it.
It's been an awesome relationship, and you guys are killing it on Funny 820.
Oh, we're crushing
appreciate
it every day.
Killing it? What would that mean?
Yeah, well, Fred, we could get into numbers, but who
All
wants to
right.
do that on a Christmas
Yeah,
show?
we tried that at lunch last week. That's right. We tried getting into
It's hard
numbers.
to quantify.
All right,
We
yeah.
talk a lot about that.
New
but
system.
What I do know, I talked to a gentleman already this morning who said it's his 2nd favorite radio station. So
Well,
you
there
see
you
right
go.
there.
That's
we're-
all you want.
We're
right?
nailing it, man.
Yeah, that's all you want.
Yeah. Well, we are crushing it, but thanks for coming in today. We appreciate it. Thanks for the support. Like I said, we had been talking to you guys for a few months before the breakup with Sirius, and it couldn't have gone better for us, and it's been amazing. And thank you very much, Mike Neighbors. Everybody, look at him. Look at him.
Just quickly before I jet.
I'm sorry.
No, that's all right.
These breaks have got to be very short.
Very
my
short. I just want to say right now, our 3 radio stations in Hamilton, including Funny 820, are broadcasting live at Lime Ridge Mall. You guys couldn't make it.
What were we doing?
You guys had a Christmas party to
All
throw. But we're running Toy Mountain. So we're taking donations all day long at Lime Ridge Mall. People can bring a new unwrapped toy, a cash donation, and we'll be there at Lime Ridge throughout the day today. And that's where I'm heading right now. I got to go back to Toy Mountain and help get some gifts for some kids who need it this Christmas. So thank you guys. Appreciate your time on Funny 820. And
Okay, man.
Merry Christmas. All the best to you, my friend. All right,
There you
ready?
go.
Thanks, Mike.
Sean, bud.
That's Mike
All right,
Neighbors.
Dan Duran. We've never met. Nice to meet you.
Nice
Yeah,
to meet
look
you.
That's Dan Duran. Look at him. Seriously, it's ridiculous. He's like, every time I look over, I go, "Is that really Dan Duran in our studio?" Okay, Nabes, we're a couple minutes away from one of our very first, a huge highlight. Oh, you're gonna go right back to Hamilton? Yeah, right now. Thanks, pal. You're a nice boy. We're live on Twitch. That's what these cameras are. If you've ever seen the show on Facebook or Twitch, this is how it works. There's our guy, Sean Sargent, everybody. Look at our buddy, Sean, right? Look at him.
God.
Even there's only about 15 people here on Twitch. It looks great. The Christmas thing that you've done looks amazing.
Got about 25 right now.
Oh, yeah? No, 25 on Twitch? But I'm just saying this shot of everybody in the studio looks fantastic.
And one of our Twitch followers is here, one that we were hoping we'd have to spend most of the morning trying to identify, but he blew his cover almost immediately.
Yeah, we'll get to that because one of the Twitch superstars is Meech Chinese, and we thought, ooh, I wonder who he'll be, and then he walked up and goes, I'm Meech Chinese. We're like, oh, well, that sucks. Now what do we do? We have lots of food from Palma Pasta through the morning. Excellent. Through the morning, we're going to check in with some of the other partners and sponsors. But I think, Phil, we need you for this. Phil's downstairs.
See, with the sandwiches, nobody wants to be the first one to reach in and have one,
no,
right?
people
but
have,
once they
yeah.
do, they'll go. You've had one?
Oh, yeah.
Good.
Oh, yeah. If you're watching on Twitch, you can see Dave and Rachel. Where's Rachel going? Are you done?
She's had enough.
Are you not going for... Where's she going? Oh, she's going to get something. Okay. So as most of you know, this gentleman has been part of our show, as I just mentioned. What's that? Did you make a read? Did you make that? I didn't know you were crafty. Hi, honey. That's GFR, by the way. That's girlfriend Rachel right there. GFR. That's for you. You have to wave to everybody. When did you make that? That's funny. So that's what you were doing. Okay. Of course, this gentleman has been on our show for 30 years and recently found himself without work doing weather, which is his...
Is my new calling?
Well, yeah, it was what you were made to do.
Yeah. The weather.
No, well, that's the one thing about having so many jobs. It makes you versatile, right?
Yes.
It does, yes.
He's very versatile.
So one day after your thing ended, Fred said, "Hey, you know, Dan said he would do the show every day," and I'm like, "What?" He goes, "Oh yeah, Dan will come on every day and do weather," and I'm like, "Really?"
Because that was the one thing missing from the show.
That was that.
You know, in this new incarnation.
That was the one thing?
It was the big gap.
Yeah. You know, we get hung up on weather some days.
Yes.
Like every other day. But now you bring weather every day.
No, that's a really good point, because there were some days when you and I would do 10 minutes on the weather.
Of course.
Because we're old men.
We were disgusted with it.
So I was surprised. So I call, and we figured it out. And so for some reason, every day now for a few months,
Right.
our boy is back on the show, which I think is very sweet because we love you, and you were with us at the beginning. You were sort of our very first official producer after that guy that really hated us quit.
And by having him on our show, we don't feel bad when we ask you to fix things for us.
Yes. That, by the way, the door in that spare room. Come on, we got Can we get that?
time.
Yeah,
Dan
we like
Duran,
that.
fix it.
You know
Fix it, Dan Duran. Huh?
You know, up at the Tid Palace, I'm a little more free with asking you to fix
Yes.
stuff. Yes.
I've noticed that.
This is why.
It was on your roof last year.
Does he,
was.
just quickly before we get to your theme, is he still saying, Dan, can you turn down the world music, please?
Yeah.
Sometimes. Oh, yeah. No, but now I text him.
Oh, because
yeah.
you're very modern.
Well, he'll be sitting at the fire and I'll be in bed and I'll be
Oh, yeah.
texting him, turn the music down.
You guys should
Yeah.
get a trailer WhatsApp group going. You know? Hey, Dan, more firewood. Anyway, Daniel, it's good to have you here.
Yeah.
And very quickly, this theme has become, I don't know, one of the highlights of the show. I can tell, actually, someone just walked in and I can tell just by his hat who he is.
Oh.
That's right. It's my boy Lou Skeezes.
Russian Lou.
Dobry вечер.
Okay, so here we go. You guys ready?
Yes.
Let me get the theme song. Dan, you got your jingle bells?
Got the jingle bells ready to go. Yeah.
All right.
This makes it Christmassy, right?
It
We're not
does-
changing the words. or
Take
anything,
any
right?
song.
What?
We're not changing the words or anything to Christmas or
I
anything.
don't think
No,
so.
we didn't pursue that. That's right.
Oh, hang on. I got to turn off something else here.
There's a cocktail party going on.
There we go. Okay.
Any song turns Christmas when you add this to it.
Yes, sir. Hold on. What mic is that, Sean?
Hello?
Mic, Sean. Yes, sir. Oh, you need a
Sean
mic
wants to
too,
join
of
the
course.
choir.
Yes, of course.
I gotta help sing here.
Yeah, I forgot.
Give the high note.
All right. Here we go. Prepare to be bitterly disappointed. All right. Are you ready, Dan?
Yeah. All the
Just
rehearsals,
keep those
everything.
down a little bit, though. No, yeah.
Like
All
lower.
the rehearsal. Oh. All right, here we go. Not that far down.
Jeez, you're hard to please.
All right. Dan Duran, weather, Dan Duran.
I'm Dan Duran.
Weather, Dan Duran.
I'm Dan Duran. I'm Dan Duran.
You know what? You know what? You know,
forgot
no.
to do this.
You know what was missing?
What's that?
These people was missing.
Oh, the
yes,
crowd.
yes.
So here's what I need you guys to do. On the very last note, I just need you to go, weather, Dan Duran. What is it? Dan Duran. Weather, Dan Duran. Okay, can we do that? Let's try it. Let's try it one more time. In fact, if you sing along if you want. Here we go. Dan Duran, weather, Dan Duran.
Dan Duran.
weather, Dan Duran.
Dan Duran, weather, Dan Duran, weather,
It's like we're doing Hamilton.
We're doing it for Hamilton.
Exactly.
Doing Hamilton.
Exactly. We're doing Hamilton, Ontario, the musical.
which is very popular.
It is very popular. Oh, you been turning your mic off? Well,
Well,
that was great.
it's a little chilly morning, I've noticed. You know what? It is the coldest morning pretty much all around that we've had this season. So since last winter, the temperatures.
Seriously?
Yeah. It's a cold warning in effect up near Peterborough, where the wind chills are minus 30. And their current temperature, it got down to minus 22. And then everywhere else, Hamilton into Toronto, GTA, all the temperatures overnight were lower than any. This is the coldest it's been so far.
Wow. Do you,
this season.
When you look at your weather modeling, is there any way to go back to 1989 to see if we had?
Yeah, what was the weather like on this?
89.
Pretty stormy back in '89.
Had you asked me this just like 10
I just
minutes ago?
thought of it. Seriously, we have done no preparation for this program. Seriously, nothing, zero. We got nothing. Usually it's chocked full of content.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
You know, when it's this cold, the upside, it makes zero feel balmy.
Yes.
So think positive.
And
right?
we'll be getting back to that.
By the weekend, we'll be wearing shorts.
Think positive.
+4 or something, right?
Yeah, +4, +5,
We're
somewhere
always
in that
positive.
area.
Sure you are.
Bikinis.
Yeah. This is a Brampton Tony Robbins, ladies and gentlemen. Very positive.
Holy cow.
Tony Singh.
Tony Singh.
Fred's been focused on one day only for the weather, and that's Christmas Day.
Jesus'
morning.
birthday.
Yes.
Well,
And-
Fred's not the only one, Dan. A lot of people are curious about snow on Christmas.
Yeah, but I've been badgering him.
Have you?
I have to
no, he's
transport.
highly focused
You have
on
to do
one
what?
day.
I have to transport old people. So, I have
So he
to
wants
go-
the
Wait,
ideal
so hold
weather
on a second.
conditions.
Are you working for Wheel Trans part-time?
Yeah.
It is pretty soon. Yeah. No, I told you I got to go get the in-laws in Kitchener.
And what do you do
Bring
with
them
them?
What do I do with them?
I don't know.
I drop them off at a soup kitchen and then go home.
I don't know what you people do. Why don't you? Do you feed them and then take them home?
Feed them, and then take them home.
So Dan, we're experiencing some cold temperatures, but the next few days we're starting to warm
It'll
up.
start to warm up by the
All right.
weekend. Sunday's going to be the day that things are above zero. So
All right, let's get a microphone right in front of Michelle quickly before we go to break because we're going to have to jam a few people in. Thanks, Dan. Michelle Levesque, how are you, sir? Is that 5?
6.
6, okay. Michelle, thanks very much for dropping in. Just put that right up.
Well, thank you very much for the invite.
Fine, stay. I just need, and how are things at LFS Credit and Finance, one of our fine supporters in 2019?
Well, thank you. Things are pretty good. Yeah, it's wrapping up another good year. Gets a little bit slower now, so we have time to do some administration and looking forward for planning 2020.
And now you have 2 children.
I do still, yeah.
2 of the and the boy, what's his name again?
Nick.
Yeah, he's not here.
No, he's around the corner.
Oh, is he? Hey, Nick.
Hey, Nick. And your lovely daughter is?
Madeleine.
Madeline. Nick and Madeline. Hi, sweet
Yeah.
people. How are you? Are you guys still draining your father's business? He doesn't want to talk. No. She's like, no. She's like, I will not speak. I'm no longer.
brought that up.
When is the wedding?
Oh, it's August this year.
Fantastic.
Oh, sorry, next year, yeah.
And
Business better be good. Yeah.
Yeah.
And-
what are you talking? 200 a plate?
I don't know. It's kind of different because we did everything separately. Like we picked our own venue, we picked our own caterers, so it's kind of like
Oh, there you go.
so it's all different. I don't know.
well, why don't you take that tray and that'll be our gift. That'll be our gift to you guys. Michelle, thanks for dropping by. I just want to say
thank you
thanks.
for the invitation.
From our
see ya.
sales department, it's always great to see people that have been supporting us. We've got a few other sponsors dropping by. I'm going to say hi to Rudra. He's here. Ian Service, who handles our. What does Ian do? Because he's our server, right?
Our IT manager.
Thank you, our IT manager.
Sounds great.
Toronto Mike is here. We're going to get him talking in a little bit. And
Chris Emmanuel's here. He just walked in.
Mm-hmm. Hello, Christopher.
He
And Freddie Ball.
Fred Ball.
Chris Emmanuel, he built the pooper, so when you're down there, appreciate
That's
that.
right.
Yeah.
Could someone remember to flush it 5 times? Because we haven't done that for a few months.
We have.
Have we?
Yeah, every
Oh,
week,
okay.
actually.
Phil,
Yeah.
after you do your business, we have to.
They did it 7 times.
What?
I was done to it 7 times.
All right. Well, listen, we're happy to have you all in our studio. We got to take our first break. Biff Naked will be here after 8 o'clock, as well as Crack of Dawn coming in from Barrie, and we couldn't be more thrilled to have them making the trek. It's great to be with you. The 30th anniversary, the gift of Christmas, Humble and Fred's tradition continues on Canada's Comedy Superstation, Funny 820, and around the world at humbleandfredradio.com. we're back. There's the waitresses. For some of you younger kids may not know who they are. A little Christmas wrapping. That's a classic. Now, I don't know. I didn't really look it up. I was just putting this together last night. That predates us, I think, doesn't it? Or is that an 80s or?
Oh no, yeah, absolutely.
It is an 80s one. Yeah. Hey, Booney? Because
early 80s.
Last night, Rachel and I were putting together the Christmas playlist, and that's not a euphemism. Believe me, it took a lot longer than the actual blend. Anyway, but I thought, I just wanted to put together some songs that were sort of CFOY, Edge, Humble and Fred people would remember.
Yeah, this is a good one.
Welcome back. It's the 30th gift of Christmas. We have a studio filled with fantastic human beings. A little bit later, we'll get Biff Naked. Amanda Barker just walked in the door. We're going to get her on here in a second.
By the way,
that, spontaneity. That's how you know you're a star. You just say your name. Boom!
By the way, Biff will not be naked. Too cold.
Mm-hmm. No, the only thing naked in the studio is Stan.
Mm-hmm.
I've taken his collar off. Yeah, he's around. Mm-hmm. Let's quickly say hi to our friend Jessica Morin, who was marketing director at Strain Print. Hi, Jessica.
Good morning.
We have a studio filled with people that are using cannabis better, thanks to you.
She's watching.
Yeah, I'm keeping you guys online. I'm watching from my home. I can see everybody in the studio. It looks fun.
Aw. And why everyone wave to Jessica then? Yeah, everyone wave? No, some people are just bored now.
You must not be passing around the cannabis, or is it too early?
It's never too early for cannabis. Listen, we just wanted to get you on and say thanks to Strain Print. You guys have been great, been with us for a few years, and all the best to you and everyone at the company.
Thank you. Thank you. We've had a great year working with you folks, and looking forward to 2020 as well.
Yeah, Strain Print, great supporters of the Humble and Fred show, and we really, really appreciate it.
Jess, you're in Guelph or Kitchener? I can't remember.
I'm actually in a place called Lambton Shores, which is close to Forest, Ontario, and we live out on the lake here.
Well, aren't you very lucky?
Love the Great Lakes, so yeah, we are lucky. But I'm in Toronto a lot, as you know.
Yes.
So, and our head office is in Toronto.
Well, all the best to everyone at Strain Print. Strainprint.ca. Jessica Morin, thank you very much for checking in this morning. We certainly appreciate it, pal, okay?
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas, my
Thanks,
love.
Jessica.
Take care. There you go. That's Jessica.
Bye.
Bye-bye. And now if you're watching us live on Twitch, this gentleman right here is the Vice President of International Affairs. He's really, it's amazing what he does every day for everyone at Gig Sky. Rudra Rishi Maharaj, everybody! Hey! And along with Rudra, can we get a microphone to Meredith? Oh, she's the heir to the throne. Is that 5? 6. There we go. Hi, Meredith.
Hey, hey.
Hey, hey.
Happy holidays.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Have you moved here from California permanently now?
Yes, 100%. It was like 70% last time I saw you, but it's 100%.
And you're okay with that?
Yeah.
I'm completely okay. Still adjusting to the cold.
Yeah.
Need to invest in some thicker gloves. That's like the main thing right now.
I know, my steering wheel was so cold this morning. That's something I might think about the next time. Heated steering wheel.
Yeah.
Never had one.
That's a thing now. Yeah.
I know, it's huge.
Yeah.
It really
we'll
is.
see.
Well, a man of
Do you
your
have one?
stature. I not in this car, but I have had them.
Yeah.
Meredith, just want to say thanks. I know, we've been with Gig Sky Rudra now for a few years, and somebody was watching the San Jose Sharks game.
Right.
And they got quite excited when they saw the Gig Sky logo, because in Canada, at least, they really associate Gig Sky with us for some reason, because you've been with us so long.
Yeah, it's been about 2.5 years, and it's been a good relationship, and looking forward to extending it out through, as far as we can. It's been mutually beneficial. We've got some customers, as Scotty had sent an email in yesterday, and others have sent emails in about using the service when they've traveled, and both of you use it when it's traveled, so it's great.
Well, that's the pivotal word, to service, because everybody's impressed that contacts us with the service that you provide.
No, I know, it's so weird.
Personal service.
Imagine that.
No, but Meredith, I don't know if now Meredith's father is Ravi, who is the president of the company, but I don't think your father knows that while a lot of the vice presidents are doing, sort of global strategizing, Rudra's doing tech support with our listeners, which is amazing. You've done it with me. You've done it with Fred.
Yeah.
and anyone else, anyone who ever has an issue that knows you from the show contacts you.
Yeah, even Chris Emmanuel, he's used it when he's traveled, and he's come and done some work for us at the office when we were setting it up. That did the electrical work, and I repaid him in kind with a Gigs Guy hotspot, so he's used that when he's traveled also.
Well, that's amazing. And Meredith, what do you want to say?
Yeah, well, just in addition to that, I mean, when we did that really fun, tell me your favorite, most memorable travel story, I got the most hilarious submissions from
the Humble and Friend?
your people, and that was really fun. So we're definitely going to try and do something like that in the new year.
Well, we just wanted you to be acknowledged and let you know that we certainly appreciate it. And personally, it's always great hanging with you.
Yeah, it's always great hanging with both of you guys.
And Rudra's become quite a fine golfer. We've golfed together, and unlike Ian, he's never struck me with a golf ball.
Well,
really? Are you sure?
That's because I'm usually in the same cart with Ian.
We're talking about the same person.
No, that's right. I usually keep Rudra near me and Ian over there. Listen, all the best to Ravi and the family. Meredith, Merry Christmas, and
Merry
all the
Christmas,
best.
guys.
Rudra, Rishi,
all the best to you guys too, and look forward to prosperous 2020.
We are looking forward to being 2020 could be the year of Humble and Fred when we finally break through. All right. Dan Duran, so far, what do you
Hi,
think?
Mom.
There you
Hi, Jen. Mama Jen. I got to give the mom a shout out, I
Hey,
mean.
Meredith, I just heard that. Apparently your mom's watching the Twitch feed.
Oh, yeah. She's a huge fan. So
Really?
yeah. I mean, I don't... Is she watching live? Maybe. I mean...
All right, Meredith.
Anyway, thanks, guys.
Thanks,
Merry
sweet lady.
Christmas.
All right, Dan, so far, what are your thoughts? What's happening in the Dan Duran world? Are you getting messages from people from all over saying, Dan Duran, great forecast?
They are, actually, yes. I'm just trying to find your historical weather for 89 for this day, and I'm still not coming up with it. There's lots of stations that don't have that information just yet.
Well, I bet it was somewhat cold because it was December.
December is probably the 21st or so that we...
Something like that.
Yeah, we did the show.
Boone, what are you doing there?
We worked Fridays.
Did you want to come in and sit here for a second? Actually, you know what? If we could, before we get to the Sherpa,
Yes.
let's get a little Barker action here. I haven't seen Barker in a while. Flat out just want to hug the crap out of you.
Hi, darling.
Yeah.
Oh,
Aw.
you didn't have to.
Barker, we tell people don't bring us things.
How many times today are we going to have to say you didn't have to?
I know, but isn't it nice when you get free
Listen,
crap?
we just want people to. We're just here to help others. So don't. If you did bring a non-perishable food item for Humble and Fred, we appreciate it. Barky, we haven't seen you since you went to.
I know.
And
I
Israel.
know. I know. Yeah, I
you
went
been?
though. Yeah, it was great. I came back. I'm alive. I ate a lot of Turkish delight and borek and boreka, which is almost the same but slightly different.
Are you serious? Turkish delight in Turkey?
Huge.
Really?
Huge.
Like we used to get in the chocolate bar.
Yeah.
Huge. Yes.
When you sent me that picture, I wasn't sure what you were holding up.
know,
and I
it was
presume
random.
She's like, I saw this and thought of you. It was a Turkish delight. And I'm
But
like,
on a moonlit night, like
on a
the
moonlit-
song.
like the moonlight
The
Istanbul.
moon was out, and I was holding Turkish delight. It was a bit of a
She
riddle.
knows I like Istanbul and not Constantinople.
They might be giants.
Did you
Yeah.
suffer Humble and Fred withdrawal?
A little bit, yeah. Yeah, but then
Tell
I
us about that.
slept. But I woke up, and then I went back to sleep. And I was like, ooh, that's nice. That's nice.
Well, we think the world of you.
I know.
And that your presence here for the last 5 years has been a blessing. May I say
5
that?
years.
On the
5
eve. Yeah,
years.
5 years.
Can you believe it?
That is
That's
1/6 of the time we've been doing this nonsense machine.
That's insanity.
So there's Dan Duran right
I
there.
know. And he's right. It is cold. So, yeah.
Well, that's because he's a forecaster.
I know.
We wouldn't have known without Dan Duran.
No one knows.
I am your guide.
Yeah, Dan would tell you.
Yeah, it's freezing. No, it was. I had a great time, and it's nice to be back. And Merry Christmas to all. Yeah.
And we're getting together in the new year.
We are getting
Yes,
together in the new
we
year.
are.
Yes, we are.
We're going to
and I will
dine
see
somewhere.
y'all in the new year with that sweet lady who I love and miss. Yes.
Rachel and I, we found a place
Okay.
for all of us, for you, Marco, Fred, and I, and Delise to go. That's Indian food. It's in your hood. Is it in
Amazing.
her hood?
What place?
Her kind of hood neighborhood? St. Clair and Oakwood. We're going to go
Oh, yeah.
there. Yeah, man.
Yeah.
We're going to hang out.
Yeah.
I'm going to get Fred into the city.
We got to take you to Fat Pasha, though, because you have to have the cauliflower. We've been talking about it for like 3 years, so we need to make it happen. But we will.
And it won't be awkward at the end of the night because Howard and I are picking up the check.
Okay.
Okay? Won't be one of those awkward, what do you owe things. Uh-huh.
All right. Oh, yeah. Because that's never happened before.
What has it?
That we've picked up the check with Rachel. Rachel's like, great. And
remember that heavy one last February?
Yeah, the
Oh
$200
risotto. Yeah.
How's Marco?
He's so good. He's so good. He sends his love. He says hello.
Good. He doesn't hate us because you're not.
You know, he doesn't hate you. He doesn't.
Just
hate
a little
you.
bit.
Yeah.
To be honest, he loves having me in the bed with him in the morning.
Does he?
So,
Does
yeah.
he? Why?
Interesting.
Yeah,
Why?
it was his birthday yesterday, and or 2 days ago, and I bought him. I was just telling Emmanuel, I bought him matching bidets, like the attachment.
I'm sorry, what? He does.
I bought him a bidet.
Yeah.
But a butt bidet. Am I allowed to say?
A butt bidet. What
Why
kind of
couldn't you say
bidet are
that?
there?
I was going to say ass. I don't know.
You
That's
can say
fine.
I think I can. Yeah.
You use bidets all the time?
I love bidets.
You do?
Love bidets.
Bidets for
Keep
days.
it clean.
Bidets for days.
Yeah, bidets for days.
I've never used one of you.
Well, come to my house.
I've just used a garden.
You'll be in my hood.
Just a garden
You'll
hose.
see the bathroom that Chris Emmanuel put in, my palm tree bathroom.
Well, no,
And then you turn the nozzle, and I'll tell you, it'll peel the paint off the wall. It's amazing.
I don't have any paint down there.
Don't you use your power washer sometimes?
That's what it is.
We had one in Mississauga on that Meadowood house for
Did you?
yeah. And when the kids were little, we would bathe the babies in it. We just,
You're kidding.
No, I am kidding.
Yeah.
But it's good for your tuchus. It's good for your tuchus.
It's great. I learned a lot. There was bidets all over the Middle East, and I thought, you know what? If they can do it, why can't we?
Yeah, yeah.
And so I brought that little bit back with me.
Well, amazing,
you.
man.
Yeah, anyway, happy Christmas. And you
Thank
got lots
you.
of people to get through.
Yeah, we do.
Whenever I see Marco now, I'll think of his butt.
Please.
Yeah.
Well, and he's got such beautiful hands, he doesn't want them sullied by playing with his own
it.
butthole.
Next year, you'll pay to have it bleached, maybe.
Well,
Yeah.
why
Okay.
pay? Do it at home.
All right. Amanda Barker.
Bye.
Everybody. Amanda Barker.
Bye,
Look
bye,
at
bye.
her. We got the retirement Sherpa coming up. Biff Naked after 8 o'clock if you're listening live. And can we get my buddy Skeezes here? Just get him settled. Mike, somebody get Lou settled down. Just get him standing by. We're going to need him. Guys, can we set up that microphone for Lou? He's going to have to take off his... he's got
His hat.
Lou's got his Toronto mic. The only thing is, I got to get the retirement Sherpa here. So let me do that. Let me get Nibs going.
That's
here.
an impressive hat there, Louis.
Yeah, it's a recycling program.
Mm-hmm. Is it?
It's a raccoon.
Uh-huh.
Oh, how are you? Good to see you, pal.
Was that raccoon in your garbage one day?
No, I went to Le Beau Chapeau in Niagara-on-the-Lake.
Very nice.
All right, we're going to have a nice chat with Lou here in a second, but first let's welcome in somebody who has been, I mean, it's funny you talk about relationships and how fortuitous it has been for us. Our retirement Sherpa is somebody I used to just see at the golf course, and one day we had a conversation. Next thing you know, he's been with us. Tim Niblett, everybody. Tim.
Yo.
The Nibs, are you there, Nibby?
Merry Christmas, everybody.
Oh, there he is. How you doing, Timothy?
I'm doing just fine, thank you. Having a great day, enjoying watching your show. Great little visuals on there and everything.
Yeah, it's pretty impressive. If you're watching us on Twitch TV or Facebook Live, you can see all the festivities. And what's cool for Tim is he can be there in the Gator Garage or wherever he broadcasts from and hang out with us.
No, it's fantastic technology, isn't it?
It's awesome. It's awesome. Now, it's all relative, but it was 41 degrees here this morning when I woke up. So there's lots of guys with toques and 4 layers on and all that stuff outside. That's for sure.
I'll tell you, Tim's full service, too. You know, he called me yesterday. He was in Tarpon Springs, had just picked up my 7-iron at the golf course, and was delighted to tell me and saved me a few bucks. It was great. Thank you very much.
Now, Tim, Fred's, I don't know if he's being completely honest about the 7-iron because, you know, I know this last couple years he's really getting into playing. Mm-hmm. My theory is he got a little pissed off and he just helicoptered that son of a bitch into the Gator Garage.
There was no evidence, Howard, of water from a pond or anything or tree trunk or anything like that at all. I can report It was pristine.
No, I just left it by the side of the green. That's all.
Tim, will you? I know you spend. Are you going to spend Christmas with your Florida people?
Yeah, absolutely. We're unfortunately not with our kid and her kid. They're with other branch of the family, but plenty of great friends here, plenty of invites. We'll probably just hang ourselves with Gator here at home and do a little visiting. So we're looking forward to it.
Well, I'll tell you, you've got some very happy clients. Happen to know one, GFR and I and Dan were having dinner last night, and your name came up, and GFR's eyes lit up. She said, "Have you seen the latest statement from Raymond James?" I said, "Yes, I know. We're doing quite well, dear." And then I called. I call her portfolio the dowry. So you just keep her going, Tim.
My pleasure. Just want to say thank you to you guys. I mean, you talk about randomness at round of golf we had, and if it wasn't for that, I wouldn't know all these great people and have lots of them as clients. So much appreciation from this end too.
Well, I know everyone that's had a chance to have contact with you always comes away with such a great feeling. He's such a good soul, such a good fella.
He's a nice man.
Yeah, and we certainly appreciate your support and continuing on to 2020 with you. We can only say thank you.
Thanks, Tim.
And beyond. Absolutely. Merry Christmas, all.
All right, Tim.
Love you.
There
Tim.
you go. All right. There's only a few people in my life that predate Fred. This guy, Dan Duran, is one of them.
Yes.
But this other gentleman and I have known each other since
85 at least.
Oh, no, earlier.
83.
83. And I don't know if we've told the story recently, but we were set up, you and I.
Yeah, that's right. Our good friend
Laurie Cooper.
Laurie Cooper said you guys should meet because you'll get along. And we have for a long period of time because we both have a certain caustic sense of humor.
Oh,
right?
Is that what it is?
Yeah.
I just was working with this lovely human at a radio station. We got to know each other. I can't remember. And she was also working with Lou at a video production company who I think also hired you at one time.
That's right.
Calgary,
That's
yeah.
right.
Yeah.
And she remember at one point she came up to me and she said, "I have this friend from New York. He just moved here. He's working at this thing. You guys should meet." And I was like, "I don't want to meet people."
That's what I knew immediately. He was discerning.
Even back then.
Discriminating.
Wow.
That's right. I was like, "I don't meet people. Oh, you guys will get along." No, we won't.
I was in my 40s before I felt that way.
And then I remember we were hooked up at a party.
Yeah, you threw a party when at your shack, and I got the invite. I showed up, and then you booked me on your show.
That's
to
right.
Do a bit.
And we've been, that was a long time ago.
Yeah, and this gathering that you have here kind of reminds me of a Christmas in Calgary when you were the host of the morning show at Kick FM, where we brought the Christmas spirits in to sing Christmas carols. And you joined us. We would go caroling through the streets, the malls, the bars in Calgary. And it was a great, just a great time.
It's funny because I'm looking at Fred's face and Rachel's face as you're saying, "What?" I don't know if you guys heard what he said. I went Christmas caroling, with this guy and a bunch of other dudes. Yeah, I did those things.
Yeah,
back when I was a kid. Dave's going, "No, you didn't."
Yeah, no, that's true. He did, and because it was fun, right?
Yes.
And we had figured out that if we hit the bars and sing Christmas carols, we'll get free drinks, and we did. Let me tell you, it was a big bonus out. And this gathering here. Reminds me when I was on the board of directors of the One Yellow Rabbit Theater Company.
In Calgary,
In Calgary, yeah. There was a thing called the High Performance Rodeo where they would do theater in a space about this big. And, it was very engaging, right? Because you're right on top of it, just like here today, right?
Well, listen, man, it's been a long road. Lou has finally got on the show because he's been, like a lot of radio people, sort of on his own now. And are you broadcasting at all? Are you doing any kind of radio?
No, my settlement is concluded.
Has it?
Yeah, it just concluded. This is the end of the run for me. And so I'm just collecting the last checks, and that's all we're doing.
So you can start talking bad about them soon.
That could come.
Yes,
I mean, is it really necessary on a Christmas show?
No, on a Christmas show. No,
I didn't mean here. But come back in the new year and talk about them.
On January 6th.
Do I have to, though? There's an old saying in technical analysis, right? In the price, there is much knowledge. Just look at the stock price. It'll tell you everything you need to know.
Believe me, I got out long ago.
And I want to just mention, too, because Lou's daughter, Madeline, I've known, she's now 17?
Right. 16.
16.
Till February.
And, Valentine's Day.
Right.
And, excuse me, I've been, like everyone, your friends, and you watch their kids grow up. And at some point when Madeline was very young, Lou said, she started to skate, figure skating. And then I started hearing, like a hockey dad or a mom or a soccer mom or dad going to all the practices. And then somewhere in her early 11, 12, 13s, Lou said, she's getting kind of serious about this skating thing. And why don't you explain to Fred and the rest of us what Madeline has just done?
Well, she just competed at the Skate Canada Challenge, and she got to the top of the podium. Now
What?
she's going to nationals in January in Mississauga at the Paramount Fine Foods Center, right? So it's local. And she's competing for the top of the podium.
So is she nationally ranked now?
No, I don't know how that works. I'm just providing finance and transportation. The nuance, the nuance of what goes on in that universe is beyond me. I'm just not at that pay grade to understand.
That's got to be nerve-wracking watching your kid to do that.
No, not me.
No?
No, because she's doing what she loves, right? And it's taught her, how many times she's fallen trying to do a jump and what have you, and had to pull herself up. I think that's the best training in the world for life, right? You're going to fail a lot more than you ever succeed.
Well, listen, congratulations to you, and all my best to Linda and Madeline.
Can I just,
sure, yes,
you're now
please.
involved with
Sticker U.
Sticker U.
And Toronto.
Have you gotten any of these for Humble and Fred?
We're working on it. Are we working on it? Although we do have stickers for everyone to take away.
The reason I bring it up is the magnet here.
Yeah.
Okay. They must have gone to Area 51 to get this magnet, because if you try and ply that off, it just can't be done.
Okay.
So I just wanted to point that out when you get them. Maybe say, listen, just get human magnets, not the ones from 51.
That's awesome. Thank you, Lou.
Okay.
Lou Skeezes, everybody. Mr.
Hey, Lou.
Skeezes.
Happy capitalism, people.
He's a good one.
The feature I had him do, and I think we tried it with him the odd time. Because if you remember, when we were working at Young and Shooter on the street, Lou would walk in on his way, I guess on your way to work, and we did this bit called Ask Mr. Skeezes.
Right.
Well, I did it in Calgary. We did that.
Yeah. It was Ask Dan Durant in Calgary.
Was it Ask Dan Durant? I thought
it was
Ask
Ask Dan Durant on Humble and Fred, too.
Oh, no, it was on Humble and Fred. No,
but
not
originally
in Calgary.
it was Ask Mr.
Ask-
Skeezes.
yeah.
And he would come in, and listeners would just call up and ask him anything because he's super smart.
When I first met Lou, he'd walk by the studio at Young and Dundas.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he would pop in.
And then he was part of the 640 team.
the
Mojo team.
That's right. We got him Lou's job first. He was working at BNN, Business News Network, and we said to our program director at the time, "Hey, we know this guy that would be great for financial reporting and things like that." And even after we were dusted, Lou stayed on for
many years,
20-some.
Although when he started, I think the stock price was $48. It just split, and then when you left, it was what, $5? Yeah, that was good.
Ride it to the grave, baby. All right, well, we're going to take a break here in a second. These lovely human beings from Barrie came all the way. Crack of Dawn coming in to perform in the next hour. Crack of Dawn, Biff Naked. We're also going to talk to Fred Ball is going to say hi to everybody. I'm trying to think. Oh, and Brett Tanner's here.
Yeah, I saw Brett walk in.
Brett Tanner's here. And it's great to have you all along as you're listening live to the Humble and Fred Gift of Christmas. First time we've been live in the GTA since 2005. Yeah, we were on Sirius, but that doesn't count. It's great to have you all. Have you along, and of course you can catch all the stuff at humbleandfredradio.com. We'll be right back.
Will be better than the last. I can't remember the last thing that you said as you were leaving. Oh, the days go by so fast, and it's one more day up in the canyon.
Okay, good day. It's our Christmas part of the album, and you can play this at your Christmas parties or to yourself on Christmas Eve if there's nothing else to do.
Good day, eh?
Yeah.
In case you thought, like, I wasn't on this part.
Oh, I guarantee you'd be on. Okay, so good day. This is the Christmas part, and we're going to tell you what to get your true love for Christmas.
Look out the window.
Where? What are you doing?
Snow.
What? Oh, it's the Great White North, and it's snowing because it's Christmas time. Hey, Hoser.
What?
Here's a quiz. Quiz for Doug.
Okay, I have my thinking toque on.
Yeah, right. What are the 12 days of Christmas? Just figure it out, right? Christmas is when?
The 25th.
Right, and what's the 24th? Christmas Eve, right?
That's
so
two.
2. And then what's after that?
Wrestling Day.
No.
Boxing Day, yeah.
That's 3.
I know.
Then what's after that? Nothing.
New Year's.
4. And what's
New Year's Eve?
5.
Okay.
Where do you get 12?
There's 2 Saturdays and Sundays in there. That's 4. That's 9. And 3 other days, which I believe are the mystery days.
Okay, now, this is our Christmas song, in case you don't know what to get somebody for Christmas.
There's lots of ideas in here, so listen and don't get stuck.
Okay.
By the way, that's me on the organ. You start.
Okay. On the first day of Christmas, my true love gave to me beer.
On the second day of Christmas, my true love gave to me 2 turtlenecks
and a beer. Okay, good. On the third day of Christmas, my true love gave to me 3 French toasts,
2 turtlenecks,
and a beer. Okay,
it should be more there, eh?
Where? Go.
Fourth day of Christmas, my true love gave to me 4 pounds of back bacon,
3 French toasts,
2 turtlenecks,
and a beer
in a tree. See, you need more.
On the 5th day of Christmas, my true love gave to me 5 golden toques,
4 pounds of back bacon,
3 French toasts,
2 turtlenecks,
and a beer
in a tree.
Okay, on the 6th to go.
Christmas, my true love gave to me 6 packs of 2-4,
5 golden toques,
4 pounds of back
3
bacon,
French toasts,
2 turtlenecks,
and a beer
in a tree.
Okay. On the 7th day of Christmas, my true love gave to me 7 packs of smoke.
Nice gift. 6 packs of 2-4,
5 golden toques,
4 pounds of back bacon,
3 French toasts,
2 turtlenecks,
and a beer
in a tree.
I keep forgetting.
This should just be the 2 days of Christmas. It's too hard for us. Go, Hoser.
Oh, 8th day of Christmas, true love gave to me
8 comic books,
7 packs of smoke, 6 packs of 2 for 5. And a beer yeah, that beer is empty. Okay, date 12.
Good day, and welcome to day 12.
Yeah. Golden tubes, 4 pounds of back bacon, 3 French toast, 2 turtlenecks, and a beer in a Where did you learn to do that? Albums.
So, like, that's our song. Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
And good day.
Good day, everybody. Happy New Year, too.
And welcome back. It's the Humble and Fred Show, a 30-year tradition of doing this show. It's quite something when you think about it, man. We've been at this a long time. You can call us if you want, 1-833-437-8465. It's basically devolved into just chaos here in the studio. Everyone's sort of socializing, and that's fine. That's what we want.
It's festive, Howard.
It is festive.
Very,
it's very
festive, yeah.
We're live on Twitch, live on Facebook. Brett Tanner from Chamber the Chamber Plan. Tanner Financial's coming up, going to say hi in a little bit. We've got stickers for people to take away from Sticker U, a huge store on Queen Street. Thanks very much to Laura for sending us some stickers to give everyone. We talked to the Sherpa. We've had our friends from Gig Sky on.
Strain Print.
Strain Print, of course. And now please welcome 3 of the members of a fine vocal group from the Crack of Dawn, everybody. Crack of Dawn. Crack of Dawn. Crack of Dawn. We've got, let me just, what mics are we using? All of them?
1, 1, 1, 2.
Okay, there we go. Hey, Michael.
Hey, how you doing, man?
Check.
We got Michael, Dennis, and Alvin.
Check.
Thank you guys so much for coming in. I know it was last minute. We just wanted to have a little extra fun for people.
Okay.
Get everyone just a little quiet this there, Mikey, just because I want to make sure we all get a chance to hear this. Where do you guys, we thought you were from Barrie.
Well, you know what? I used to live in Barrie, and I left Barrie finally, July. So I got the escape from Barrie because I wanted to.
That was the
come
Barrie
closer,
Exodus,
come closer
yes.
to you guys.
I did my first gig in Barrie.
Did you know?
1975.
Wow.
Met my wife in Barrie 42 years ago.
Wow.
Come on.
So
No.
Barrie,
You're aging us here, Michael.
Well, no, I'm just saying. Like, I came to the country. I graduated in 74, came to the country in 75, married in 77, and
what
here
did
we
you
are.
tell us about the 80s?
Yeah, where did you come from?
I came from. I was originally born in North Carolina.
Yeah.
I grew up in Providence, Rhode Island.
Wow.
Went to school with Jeffrey Osborne and the Tavares, and those cats.
Amazing.
And I came up. I sang all through high school. I basically started singing professionally at 14. I was discovered the same week as Michael Jackson. Same week.
Discovered?
Well, what I'm trying to say is by these college cats. I was a street corner singer. So when the week he got discovered by Motown, I got discovered by these college cats from Brown University. They took me under their wing. My first gig was a wedding for Jeffrey Osborne's cousin. The wedding song was "I'll Be There"
Wow.
by Michael Jackson. Our birthdays are a day apart. So
Wow.
It's funny because
the difference being you're still alive.
yeah.
Absolutely. And my name is Michael.
Well, I was going to say, we were discovered the same day as Jesse and Gene. So, it's similar. We're very famous.
But we're dead.
Yeah. Well, guys, listen, and Crack of Dawn continues to record and you guys perform, and
Actually, we brought in our guy from Miami who did a few remixes from us.
Is that Michael?
Dennis.
Dennis, you can put that.
Hey, how you doing?
Use that mic if you want.
No, I'm okay with this.
All right. And where are you from, Miami?
I'm actually from Connecticut, but I lived in Toronto many years ago, and then I moved to Miami and Puerto Rico.
Yeah.
And spent some years. I got a deal with Sony. I was signed with a group called Unico, which was more of a Latin-based music group. I sang with that group for about 5-6 years. Then I moved to Miami, and I just followed production.
And how long have you guys been the Crack of Dawn? Long time?
I'm the newest member.
He's the newest member.
We were originally signed with
I got to have a microphone on that guy.
We were originally signed with Columbia Records back in 1975, and that's when they first came up to do a little bit more, I guess, homegrown type music in Canada because of you know what that's all about, that maple thing, right?
Oh yeah, we do.
And so we started with Columbia Records in 1975. We did a couple albums with them, and of course, people kind of went in different directions. Some guys went with a reggae group called Toots and the Maytals, who's still doing a lot of touring right now.
Yeah, I
and we
remember
decided we're going to get back together in 2012, and just because we have so much original material that we're just going to continue just recording. And we've been focusing on recording. That's why we brought Dennis in here from Miami, because he does a good job.
And then also songwriting
it's been-
partner of mine.
Yep.
We've known each other since he lived in
More than 20 years we've known each other.
Connecticut,
Yeah.
actually. So when I lived in the States, me and Dennis knew each other even back then, going back to our
Well,
teenage
we're
years.
thrilled to have you
guys
here.
are pros, man.
To sing a song. Now, I've got a backing track, so it's going to be Michael, and you guys are going to sing backup.
I'll back him up a little
Back
bit.
him up? Okay. So I'm going to just start the track.
Okay.
And you tell me if it's loud enough or if you need something. Okay, everyone, we're going to have a little performance here. Let's make sure I get the music playing. Here we go. This is your guys. It's called It's Christmas Time.
Do you want me to start singing or just,
Nope.
just test?
Just want to make sure the test.
That's not the track?
That's not the track.
That's not the track? Oh, I see. That was the Spotify's playing.
That would help. I was like, where do I start singing at?
What were the chances they were going to?
All I want for Christmas is a way to figure out how to stop the Spotify next track from
the real static?
Hey,
yeah, that was the real static.
what are the chances they were going to say that's not the right track?
Of course it is, because the thing is,
I know.
It would have been funny.
Okay, it would have been funny.
But the volume was
instead
okay,
it was
right?
just pathetic.
Yeah.
Okay, Michael, let's try this again.
That's the one.
There's the track. How's the volume for you?
Maybe just a little bit louder.
All right.
That should be good.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, the crack of dawn.
I got a mic here. All right, let's start it from again, from the top.
Yes.
Ladies and gentlemen, crack of dawn.
It's the season. Some people travel a long, long way. And ooh, it's the reason to be with loved ones on this special day. It's Christmas. Christmas. Listen to all the children sing. Ooh, I know some people say they don't care about Christmas Day, but deep inside my heart, I know this where the feeling starts. It's Christmas time. All the bells are ringing. Christmas time. All the children singing. It's Christmas time. People all out shopping. Christmas time. It's time to stuff those stockings. In our heart of hearts, we are one. Spread joy and love to everyone. Ooh, it's for the King of Kings. Let's rejoice, celebrating with the family. Enjoy the love they bring. This the season. Travel a long, long way. This is the reason to be with loved ones on this day. Holiday. Love today. Everybody say it's Christmas time. All the bells are ringing. Christmas time. All the children singing. It's Christmas time. People all out shopping. Christmas time. It's time to stuff those stockings. Yeah. It's Christmas time. All the bells are ringing. Christmas time. All the children are singing. Oh, it's Christmas time. People all out shopping and shopping. Christmas time. It's time to stuff those stockings. At Christmas time, we love tonight. Ooh, let's spread the love, sing through the night. At Christmas time, we love tonight. These Christmas lights always shine so bright. Oh, it's Christmas time. All the bells are ringing. Christmas time. All the children singing. It's Christmas time. People all out shopping. Christmas time. It's time to stuff those stockings. It's Christmas time. Let's gather under that mistletoe. Christmas time. Go shopping like we with the friends we know. Christmas time. All the children laughing and playing. Christmas time. Children singing. Christmas time. Let's make the tree together. Christmas time. As we enjoy the stormy weather. It's Christmas time. Look under the mistletoe. And celebrating with the family and friends that we know. Merry Christmas from the crack of dawn.
Yeah. That's
smooth.
Hands down, the funkiest thing that's ever happened on this show in 30 years.
Mm-hmm.
That was amazing, guys. Thank you very much. We really appreciate you coming in. Crack it down, everybody.
Thanks, guys.
I wish you all would have heard the track.
No, it was great. That was awesome.
Thank
Let
you
me
so
turn
much.
these microphones off. There you go.
That was great.
Yeah, let's get Brett Tanner in here.
Way to
Let's
go,
let's
guys.
get Tanner to follow the funk.
Thanks for coming.
Tanner
Right
going to
on.
follow the funk. Come on over here, BT. Come say hi to everybody. Tavares, yes, they were working with. Do you remember Tavares from the Saturday Night Fever days? Tavares, funky. Disco.
All I can think of is John Tavares.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
Hey, man.
Good to see you again. Brett, how are you, buddy?
There's Brett Tanner. Just get some headphones on, guys. Somebody gets Brett set up here. Dan, can you just put that mic back where it's supposed to go? Doll just walked in. You see Doll?
Oh, did she? Very
Doll's
good.
Here.
Yeah.
Doll's here, and so is Doodoo.
Oh,
Doll
Darren's
and
here?
Doodoo.
No, very nice.
Doll and Doodoo are here.
Uh-huh.
Now with just to say hi, we're so pleased to have him. Brett Tanner, how are you,
Hey,
my
Brett.
friend? What's going on? Hey, everyone,
Morning.
Brett Tanner's here. Yeah, they're still
Respect.
People
Morning,
are still
guys.
freaking out over the crack of dawn.
That was awesome.
Yeah, wasn't that something? You know, you've been in our studio a few occasions when we've had some performances, right? Weren't you here when Jim Cuddy was here? I can't remember.
No, I just kind of missed that, and I was just leaving, and the Spoons were coming in one time.
Oh,
so.
right.
I know you're a big music fan. I know we worked together at your party once. We had Ian Thomas there.
Yes, that was awesome.
And where did you come in today from? You live in where?
Thornhill.
Thornhill. All right.
Yep. Yeah.
Have you ever done any singing there, Brett?
Absolutely not. Not in public, anyway.
Well, we just
the
wanted
shower.
we wanted everyone to come and give you a chance to see you in the flesh and to show our affection and support for what you guys have done. The chamber plan has been great. I know most people know the story now. We had it. Actually, Dave, this guy Dave is the guy that got us hooked up with Rod Johnson, right? He introduced us to the chamber plan, and it's been great for our little business.
No, it has, both as a sponsor and we use the product, and it's just fabulous. It's been very good for us.
That's great. It's been good for us to be on the show.
Well, we appreciate that. I mean, I know from, we see some emails from time to time from listeners saying they've just signed up, which is I think it's one of those things where, they get the idea that we use it. We're a small business, 5-6 employees, and that's what the whole thing was built on. Small businesses pooling their numbers together, right?
Absolutely. We're just there to help small businesses with HR, benefits, whatever they need.
No, and it's good to get that get the word out, because I think a lot of small businesses don't think it's possible, and then they click on, get a free quote, and find out it is possible. So.
Absolutely.
Well, I don't know what else there is to say. I mean, I just want to say we appreciate you. You're a good man. We want you to have a sandwich, some sweets. Where will you be spending Christmas?
Just around town with various family members, and then duck down to Florida after it's all over.
Oh, good for you.
Yeah, this you're a lot
this
younger
cold.
than Fred and I, but we'll just tell you, as you get older, this cold is it's no good.
Can't
for
take it.
You can't take it anymore. That's what.
I can't take it now.
I seriously, I can't take it, man.
Will you be golfing down there?
Well, it's possible.
Is it really? I said this to Rachel last night. I said, we have to get out of here. She says, like, this house? I said, no, this country. We need to get this. It's just, I never used to, when we were all kids, we talked about this the other day in the show. I used to just wander around in the winter, didn't give it a second thought.
I'm not sure we even put jackets on.
Exactly. I would go out and you would play in your short sleeves.
No, I know.
Road hockey, you know.
Yeah, exactly.
It's one of those age things, definitely.
Well, listen, all the best to your family, to everyone at Tanner Financial. Do you have a message you want people to sign up, obviously?
It would be awesome if anybody needs more info on what we do, chamberplan.ca. But I just want to wish everybody a great holiday season, and we'll talk to everybody in the new year.
Yes, we will, and we'll have you back. And of course, we're going to get through this Christmas season. Then you go January, February. That's done. Next thing you know, we'll be golfing in the spring.
With any luck.
Yeah, man. All right, Brett Tanner, everybody.
Cheers.
Brett Tanner.
Thank you.
Chamberplan.ca.
Chamber plan. Dan Duran, what is our total? What's
Total.
our total?
Total.
I know. Just keep going.
Dan, what's the current temperature? What's the current temperature, Dan?
I keep going to Dan like we're doing a telethon.
Yeah.
Dan, what's
It's
the total? What's our latest
it's all
number? Ball, get over here, Ball. Yeah, Dan Duran, what's happening on the streets?
30 years ago,
yes,
it was minus 20 at the this time in the show.
It was 30.
The Christmas
minus
show.
20,
Minus
1989.
20, and it was sunny.
Was it?
Sunny, a sunny day, but my very cold day.
Oh.
Just like today.
So that information's available, eh?
It's amazing
It
data.
is,
yeah. Well, that's how we know things are warming up a little
But
bit.
do we really know that it was the 19th, or we
Well,
don't
I
know
looked.
that?
It was a Friday.
Oh, okay.
Was it?
Yeah,
All
the
right.
21st.
Welcome to our.
We worked Fridays back then. Remember? Remember what that was like?
Yeah, I can't get my head around the fact that we used to do 4.5 hours. What the hell did we do?
That shouldn't be allowed.
No.
Radio needs a union.
Welcome to our program. One of our longtime supporters. You're a friend of yours for years and years. Fred Ball.
Fred Ball.
Good morning. Merry Christmas, everyone.
Ball leaned over during one of the breaks and said, "Hey, I was actually there."
Were you really?
Yes.
Yeah.
Nancy and I, and Nancy, shout out. She's watching on Twitch right
Hi,
now.
Nancy. Nancy's our favorite.
She, we both were in the studio, and it was very cramped. As you know, I remember how small that
Yeah.
studio was.
Yes.
And it was cramped, but I have been at every single Humble and Fred Christmas except for 2000 and last year. And last year was when I moved to home office in Wasaga.
Wow.
And the weather. But this year, thanks to Dan Duran weather, I was on top of it.
No, 2000. That's when you almost died, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
Well, I'm sorry, he did what?
Oh, he had a horrible disease or something.
I
and
had
you almost,
a
you almost
horrible
left us.
disease that I was in the hospital for a long time and off work for a year.
Wow.
But
Well, Ballsy, you know what? I'm tickled that you're here. It's been great the last few years. Get to know you a little bit better. We've done some shows together, and
stand-up comedy.
Yeah, and were you at that one in the spring? He did again, or was that just a?
No, I don't
wasn't
think.
there,
No, I
but-
wasn't.
But I got to tell you,
I've seen his act.
Yeah, well, it's good.
I have some new material for the next time that we go, though.
Well, there'll be
whenever-
another time.
Whenever
Yeah.
he phones me, I get 5 or 10 minutes.
Yeah, I bet.
Yeah.
I work it out on Fred.
Do you?
Yeah.
Well, it must be working because I've seen he's.
If he laughs, then I use it.
But I'm really thrilled for you because I know it's something that you enjoy doing from time to time. And I can tell you what, and Freddie said this, I'll say it. It takes big courage to do that. If it's not your job.
Yeah, no, and I agree that it takes a lot of stress. On the day of, I'm always sitting around saying, "Why am I doing this? I don't need this."
Well,
But
And,
hey, it's led to your Netflix special. So,
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
That's right.
I'm sure they have a few pennies.
They do.
To cover me for that.
That's right. It's the Fred Ball's Big Ball Show, and no, it's fun watching you do it. And I, again, for most people, they don't even have they couldn't imagine. I've told you this.
Yeah.
Most people can't imagine you getting up on that stage. But the fact that you do, you're already 90% of the way there, and then people just want you to do well, and you do really nice. It's great to see, actually.
Thank you. I enjoy it at the time and the after.
Yeah, that's always the
after
best.
effect. Yeah.
I gotta tell you,
It's
like
the lead up. Yeah.
I that feeling of why am I doing this? I don't get it quite as much as I used to. But even just before I go on, I always look around and go, I don't need this. I have RSPs. I don't need to do this. It's too much stress.
But and one bit, we have the Humble and Fred drinking game. During the show, every time that you have an issue with your technology, we take a drink.
That's right.
And so far, no one has been sober at the end of our show.
Yeah. You're all piss tanks.
That's right. Well, listen, Fred Ball, it's great to have you here. All our best to Nancy.
Yes.
And we hope
you.
to see you for many years to come. And I
Thank you.
wish you well. That's Fred
Thanks,
Ball.
Fred. All right, thanks,
boys.
Freddie.
Dave, do you
Merry
want to show-
Christmas.
Dave's got a thing he wants to show us.
Okay, I think the technical problems that adds charm to the show, actually, because nobody else has that, right?
Oh, is that what you think?
Yeah. there's no other show on the dial
People are
that
listening.
offers that.
But I'm glad
The technical problems.
I'm telling you, I'm glad he's saying that because sometimes when we have technical problems, it can get a little tense in here.
It can.
Oh yeah. Like there was a period of time. I'm not sure if everyone remembers the latter stages of November this year when we couldn't get the mics to work like 4 or 5 days in a row. Then we finally be called up to Jim Carr in desperation.
And it got fixed.
And it got fixed.
Yeah.
Jim Carr, another guy who's always there when we need him. Yeah. He's a good friend of the show. Always
Speaking
has
of which, welcome to our program, the man that once saved Fred's life on the side of the 401, Dave White, everybody. Dave White.
Dave.
Hey. In a few weeks, In a few weeks, it'll be the 8th anniversary of him saving my life. Can you imagine that?
8
That
years.
was 8 years ago.
Eight
That's
years.
crazy, man. Hey, dude.
Hey, man.
What do you got? Some poopy stuff?
I got a perfect gift for Humble and Fred. It's a Trump doll that I picked up in Vegas.
You guys can see this. I want you all to have a look at this Trump doll.
It's a keychain.
If you're watching this
it's
on
a
Twitch.
keychain Trump doll, and if you squeeze him, he has a little poo.
Oh, that's great.
Let me see.
That's excellent.
I figured it was right up your alley when I saw it in Vegas.
So for you people on Twitch, what you do is you squeeze Trump, and poopy comes out. That's some classic stuff. Do you want to try?
I wonder if he'd approve of this.
Oh, I'm
he'd
sure he
love
would.
that, yeah.
I'm sure if that's all over Twitter.
It's the greatest chain. It's the greatest chain. It's the greatest poo.
It's fantastic.
It's a perfect poo.
It's perfect poo.
Yeah.
That's amazing
Just
technology.
slightly bent over. I love the way Sean's stage directing this thing without making a sound. He just waves at you, move.
No, I know.
Move there.
Sean's
Impressive.
producing the Twitch feed and on Facebook Live. You've been listening to this show for a long time.
I used to listen to Pete and Geets, and then you guys took over, and I was at first horrified, and then became a fan. And then you and I became friends when we found out we golfed and flew.
Like a lot of things. A lot of people are like horrified. Okay, fine.
You missed the Steve Anthony era, did you?
Yes, I missed the Steve Anthony era, but I got enough of Steve Anthony on CP24, I think,
Yeah,
to
and
fill
much
my,
music,
my
yeah.
life. Yes,
He's a good fellow.
Oh, and on the mix when you guys were on the mix, he was around.
Yeah, there's been very few people that have supported us like Dave, including Dave's company QLD Communications, along with iTex. I think one of our first, sponsors. We did the Waterloo Air Show through you guys. QLD was a sponsor for us. Like, seriously, the guy's solid gold and has supported us not just by monetarily, but is also the first guy to share emails with people. He'll write letters for us. You've been an advocate, and it's pretty special.
He did the table memorabilia.
Yes, the Table of Broken Dreams.
Table of Broken Dreams.
Just inside the front door for people to see. We were talking about a few weeks ago.
I saw that. Thank you. That's awesome.
I mean, and all of this, and we've slept together in a tent. Dave
No,
and I.
we weren't actually in a tent.
Well,
we were just under the wing of the airplane.
Yeah, we slept together outside. Hey, get this. In the out of doors. Yes.
For a week.
Oh, yeah, a week. I spent out of doors.
So what would you do? Put a tarp over the wing and then
Yeah,
sleep?
big tarp over the wing, and then just tarp on the ground and throw our mattresses. And
you did that?
I did it, yes. Back in my flying adventure days.
I should show
Were there
you.
no insects?
Yeah, there were, I guess in those days.
It's
'Cause one night-
Wisconsin. They're not deadly or anything.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because one night this guy gets beat up with the bugs.
Yes,
You want a picture of him with 7 days growth on his face? It's pretty horrible.
I've seen that.
No, wait a second. I had 7 days of growth, and I was wearing a Tilly hat. Oh,
That's
yeah.
right.
Oh, and
I
it's
went through-
turtle.
Yes.
I went through a Tilly hat phase.
And we used it. The thing that made us leave was we had to use outhouses for 7 days, and that was like,
Yeah,
okay,
it was
that's the
enough.
limit.
No bidet, no bidet.
No bidet. No.
Hey, dude. Oh, and Edmonton Steve just checked in from
Did he?
Edmonton.
Another,
as you know.
hey, another
Hello,
great
Steve.
supporter of the show.
Yeah.
Anyway, I wanted to wish you guys Merry Christmas. I've come to a handful of these. When you changed the date, I was able to make it, and I got to go now because I'm flying out in like 2 hours.
Okay, man. Dave White, everyone. Thanks for
Thanks.
coming in, buddy. Ramos. Do you want to do a quick hit? Anthony V. Ramos, quickly. One of the original panel of men when we started the podcast 8-9 years ago, whenever that was. Anthony was part of that, and now you're the sole surviving member. Look at you. You look great.
Thank you.
Anthony's
I
one of
work
those-
out, you know.
I see that. You're just that intense, sweaty face you put up there. It's
Well,
amazing.
If you're going to go to the gym to work out, and you're smiling, then you're doing something wrong because you got to get mad at those weights and show them
man.
who's boss.
You're all pumped up now.
I try.
How often do you work out?
I try to get out 2 to 3 times a week.
Right. Wow.
It's my schedule. I'm kind of really busy. I'm always all over the place and with the kids. And I got my daughter here today. She wanted to see a real radio show. I said, well, I could take you to Humble and Fred. She goes, that'll do.
Yeah, exactly.
But not really.
Exactly. Maura and that guy Tucker and Maura weren't available. Hey, how and are things well for you?
Things are going well. Had a bit of a rough year. A lot of stuff. That's why I haven't been in much because it's just been crazy. But we don't have time to go into all
Although
that.
I'll tell you, you're one of the guys. When I was thinking about who might be here today, I'm thinking, I wonder if Antonio will show up. 'Cause I
that
haven't
was.
seen you in a while.
I actually bought a new card just so I could make it down here. So.
Come on.
Well,
Yeah,
good
yeah,
for
I did.
you.
We
I
have
did.
that effect on you.
Yes, yes.
Wow.
I can't miss it. Come on, a year without Humble and Fred. Come on.
Are you still involved, or is that gone?
involved. Oh, no.
Oh, okay.
Don't you see the beard? I've gone on a sabbatical from dating for a while.
Oh, that's what the beard is?
Yes. Or
Okay.
Or as women like to call it, the thigh tickler.
Oh, isn't that?
Oh, your daughter's here.
Well, she has
Is
thighs.
she? Oh, hey, when'd you get here? She's heard worse. She's heard worse.
Well, listen, all the best to you as well.
Well, thank you, and everybody, Merry Christmas. I mean, it's not Christmas until the Humble and Fred Christmas open house. Damn it! So this kicks off the season.
Okay, go over there and get some food in that beard.
Yeah, exactly. Let's watch
I'll save
Antonio.
it for later.
Yeah, let's watch him eat. Great seeing you guys. Okay, we're going to take another break. This is very special. Biff Naked in the next half hour as we wind our way through another Humble and Fred Christmas show live on Funny 820 and around the world at humbleandfredradio.com.
You're a bad banana with a greasy black peel. You're a monster, Mr. Grinch. Your heart's an empty hole.
David City. Stood a lonely cattle shed. Where a mother
I'm a man of reason, and they say 'tis the season to be jolly, but it's folly when you volley for position. Never in existence has there been such a resistance to ideas meant to free us. If you could see us, then you'd listen. Toiling through the ages, making toys on garnished wages.
Welcome
There's
back
no
to the
union
party. The
running
gift
through
of Christmas
when we have
continues.
to
We should mention that. Palma Pasta.
Yes, Palma Pasta. They've provided the food this morning, and I see. Look at Stephanie Wilkinson enjoying a sandwich right now. Oh,
Stephanie
isn't that
Wilkinson's
embarrassing?
here.
Yeah.
Very nice, Stephanie Wilkinson. Long-time Humble and Fred supporter.
Palma Pasta. It's fantastic. Several locations in the West End.
Yeah, and
Palma's Kitchen.
you see all the stuff that Anthony sent over? It's
I know.
Right, Dan Duran, is the current temperature moved at all?
It's just starting to climb a little bit, but yeah, it's still really cold.
Have you tasted any of the nosh from
the
Palma
nosh,
Pasta?
not yet. I was just waiting for things to settle. You know, everybody else has to get a chance at having a little food first. I'm not
It's all
very considerate.
Yeah, he's very considerate. Plus, I don't think he wants people to watch him eat.
You know what? We might send him home with a bag of sandwiches.
Well, at this stage in his career, that's all we can pay him. That's all we have left for you, Dan.
And very much appreciated.
So, Dan, I hear you're working on the Humble and Fred show. Oh, yes, I get a sandwich from time to time.
Yes. And if I'm really good, I get a coffee.
That's right. I have a 2-year contract, calls for a sandwich every week. Well, it's great to have everyone here. Welcome back, everyone. Gift of Christmas, you know, if you like that kind of thing. And this program also brought to you by CDN Technologies. I kind know where Phil's gone. Why is Phil? You know,
he's talking to Pearl. It's that time.
Have you noticed during the show, during these shows, that Phil basically just hides? Like the people want their Phil, they come for Phil, they want to interact with Phil, and yet he hides away.
He's not going through their jackets, I hope.
Oh, that's why. There's Phil.
There he is.
Ladies and gentlemen, there's Phil. Phil, come on over here. Get a mic on, Phil. Phil, what's going on downstairs? Number 5.
Oh no, I've been speaking to a bunch of listeners and found out who Me Chinese is. And
Nice.
that sort of thing.
Now, is Pearl aware of your status in this community?
No, she's not aware of anything. She just thinks I live here.
But does she realize that you are one of the stars of Toronto radio?
I would question that. I'm not
of course
a star.
we would too.
What are you talking about? Star on Toronto radio?
You're a star to us, Phil.
I'm a burnt piece of wood, probably, most likely.
Whatever.
I give out a bad smell, that sort of thing.
Okay,
and now
well,
Phil is in.
There we go. That was
Phil, we couldn't function without you.
Hang on. What is burnt piece of wood?
I have no idea.
Yeah, okay. All right, Philly, well, go back and see you soon.
There's something there.
There's something, yeah.
He'll explain it after the show.
Yeah, on the other side.
Very good. Thank you, Phil. Maybe that's why it's... Did you get any of that?
No.
All right.
Although I was thinking one morning, one of those Phil Pearl conversations, we should put it on the show.
Well, just to update everyone.
Because that's gold.
Fred and I are going to be gone. Fred's going to be gone for most of February, and we're still going to do the show. I'm going to be gone for a couple of weeks. Again, off and on, we're going to perform the program. But what's really a missed opportunity for us and everyone really is that Pearl is going to be in Toronto during that time. She's coming here for the first time, and it would have been just amazing if we could have been like that first day with Pearl on the show. But just know this, in November of 2020, there will be a day when she moves here, and she's going to be on the program. And that is, you know what? Can you just stay alive until that happens, please? Like, I don't.
I'll try.
Please. With the,
I wonder. She'll probably come to work with them every day. Too.
Why not?
Yeah, no, it'd be great.
It will be. Honestly, the next season of Humble and Fred might be our best ever. I just want you to know. Speaking of the best, we're so happy to welcome back to our studio somebody that's been performing in Canada for a very long time and has graciously agreed to come in and perform for us this morning. Definitely a friend of Toronto Mike's and a friend of ours. Biff Niggin, everybody! Biff, goddamn Niggin! You know, well, we've got plenty of sandwiches. You know, thanks for doing this.
The Mike.
I missed it.
Well, we're pleased to have you here, but during the break I'd forgotten you're from the prairies too.
I am a prairie girl.
Yeah, we grew up in this.
Should be obvious. Yes.
We grew up in this nonsense.
Well, I like it, and many people say, "Well, it's winter."
Yeah.
There you go.
Well, growing up in Winnipeg or Saskatchewan, winter sort of starts after Labor Day, and
Yes,
then
it does.
it lasts
Yes, it
right
does.
till the May 2-4 weekend.
That's right.
So, but we're just used to it. But we were having this conversation, and Dan's from the prairies too, Biff. Do you remember as a
Very
kid?
nice.
Yeah.
We all used to plug our cars in. Did you do that here in Scarborough?
Not really. No.
No,
It's
a prairie
universal.
thing. Yes,
it's a
it
prairie
is.
thing. You
Yes,
got to
it
plug
is.
your car in. And the other thing that prairie people know is your tires get square.
Interesting.
You ever have that, Dan?
Absolutely. When it gets
Yes.
too cold, and I think maybe the polymers or whatever they're using tires now are a little bit better. But in the day, you certainly would get going. And when it's minus 40,
He used the word polymers.
Oh, did he?
Yeah.
I noticed that as well. I felt flush.
Yeah, that stopped the crowd as much as that Phil conversation.
Actually, yes,
Everybody's
it did.
Googling
Yeah,
polymer.
polymer. No, I'm sorry. Right now they're Googling, what did Phil just say? Biff, and how are things with you?
I can't complain.
Fantastic.
Yeah, I love it. Love
Still
it.
performing?
Yes, actually, this Saturday for Andy Kim Christmas in Burlington.
Very nice.
Yeah, very exciting.
He's still doing that. That's fantastic.
Yeah, lovely performer, great person.
You know,
Yeah.
we've had Andy on the show a bunch of times. Most recently, I think it was a couple months ago, he was promoting
50th anniversary of Sugar Sugar.
Yeah, 50th anniversary.
good.
Of Sugar
Yeah.
Sugar.
Right.
A song he wrote for the Archies.
Yes.
That has had to have paid for several houses, whatever it was.
God
it's
bless.
amazing. Yeah.
Those were the days. You have an economist here. I'm wondering what his take on that would be. But
Oh, he'd have one.
I'm
believe me.
sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll get.
I'm sure.
Lou Skeezes will have a take on the economy.
He'll analyze
yeah.
sugar.
Yes.
Yeah, definitely.
Yes.
Well, Biff, we as I said, we appreciate you coming in. It's very special that you would make some time for us. And what Biff is going to do, everyone, is an a cappella version of a Christmas song, and you wanted to have everyone kind of join in.
Of
if they
course, I think that the thing about Christmas, and it's nutty to me that every single artist in the world has a Christmas album. Really, and it's a lot of the same songs.
Yeah.
Everyone loves the songs. We know 'em year after year. These things are just like, and because it's fun, it's happy. People feel good when they sing it, and I would like everyone to sing with me a little number that I think everyone will enjoy.
And what's the key?
What is it?
Is there a key?
I'm googling what's the key.
What's the key? All right. What's the song? Or will it become obvious as soon as you sing?
I think it will become obvious. I think everyone knows the song. When you think about it in today's context, it's kind of actually not cool. If you ever see your parent with another person, it's kind of weird. It could be nowadays that would lead to a little
Right.
trauma. You never know.
Because children are so activated by everything nowadays.
Certainly, but this is I saw Mommy kissing Santa Claus.
And again, a gender-neutral Santa Claus in 2019.
And a gender-neutral mommy, perhaps.
Exactly.
Yes, yes.
She's non-binary.
If that's
Right?
possible.
Exactly.
Yes, you never know.
All right, here's this will be awesome. A performance of the Mummy song. It's Biff Naked. Mummy song. Biff Naked. Everybody.
Okay, you guys ready?
Yes.
Okay.
I'm turning our mics off. All right, here we go, Biff.
I saw Mommy kissing Santa Claus underneath the mistletoe last night. Well, she didn't see me creep down the stairs to take a peek. She thought that I was upstairs in my bedroom half asleep. Well, I saw Mommy tickle Santa Claus underneath his funny beard so white. What a sight that would have been if Daddy could only see Mommy kissing Santa Claus last night. Are you looking at the words? Oh.
Do you need the words?
I like to change it up. I've changed it to, let's sing it with Daddy.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
I saw Daddy kissing Santa Claus underneath the mistletoe last night.
Is that a candy cane in your pants? Or is that
Well, he didn't see me creep down the stairs to have a peek. He thought that I was tucked up in my bedroom half asleep. And I saw Daddy tickle Santa Claus underneath his funny beard so white. What a sight that would have been if Mommy could only see Daddy kissing Santa Claus last night.
There you go. Yeah. And now, let's keep it
Love
going.
that.
Dandaran weather, weather, dandaran, dandaran weather, weather, dandaran, dandaran weather, weather, dandaran, dandaran weather. You know, it's like a musical when you reprise the thing.
Yes.
Hey, Biff, all the very best to you.
Thank you, and to you. It's a new decade.
Yes, it will be soon. Mm-hmm.
Exciting.
Yeah, it's exciting. You know, we've been... You know, we've been at this for 30 years. Will we be at it 30 years from now? I don't think so.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, it's going to be 2020. Will we see 2030? I don't know. It's up in the air.
Well, you might. Yeah, you probably will. You know, the way with all your creams and your supplements, you'll be fine.
Yeah.
You know, here you're living this whole healthy lifestyle out in your palace in Brampton. I'm over here getting high and eating 7-Eleven chicken every other day. It's fantastic. All right, well, thank you so much. Oh, wait a second. Biff Naked, everybody.
Thank you.
Biff Naked. Who are these people? Oh, that's Chris. Look at these guys. There's Chris from the thing. Hey, there's my boys, and Chris's mom's here. Look at that. Sweet people.
Fantastic.
Walking in at the end. Thanks, sweet girl. All right. Very good. Let's see. We should talk. We did mention CDN Technologies. And Mike, why don't you get some pictures with Biff over there? We still have to broadcast Biff. Mm-hmm. We have to do this. Hey, Darren. Yeah? One of the very first promotion director that we worked with, you were working with him before I came along. It was the program. He was the marketing manager at CFNY, and then he became the Edge. In fact, I think it was Darren that was part of that team of the transition. You know, what are we going to call it?
What for what? Mojo?
When it went when it went from CFNY to 102.1 The Edge, and then all that stuff.
Yeah.
Was that not Darren? Was that not? Let's get a microphone on
No.
Darren.
I don't remember.
No,
Yes,
I
it
think
was.
yeah.
You don't think he was part of that team?
Which team?
When we went from the leading edge and all that
you-
stuff, I
yeah,
think you were
but-
gone by then. But
No, was he gone?
yeah, that was early '90s.
You were
Yeah.
gone by the early 90s?
Yeah.
Oh, hold on. Let me turn that on.
He helped build Y95 in Hamilton
That's
at that
right.
time.
Yeah, 195 Hamilton. I left
Dan,
there to go 195.
Do you know Darren? Have you met Darren?
Yeah, he's a good guy.
Yeah.
He's a handsome fella.
Oh, he is. Like it's almost you can't even look directly at
I
it.
know. And he
It's-
spreads good fellowship,
Yeah.
especially at Christmas time.
Yes, he does.
And he likes a drink or two.
He does?
Yeah.
And argue, too.
Oh, yes.
Oh, he loves to argue.
See, I don't see that. You guys see a whole different side
Because
of
he
Dan.
gets drunk with us.
Put your microphone a little closer there, Dan. He
right.
gets
when,
drunk?
When we're up at the lake and he gets very drunk
He
and
gets
he gets
violent?
volatile. Oh, yeah. And he throws things.
And he goes right after me. It's awful.
He's a
Do you?
Yeah.
Why are you so angry?
I just other people have different opinions than
He's
myself,
a big
so.
CBC supporter. I'll tell you.
Oh, yeah.
He's always referencing CBC.
Yeah, I see him make contributions over and above tax dollars.
I
Oh,
find
yeah.
because I'll tell you what, he's like a different when he comes to visit the odd time. I don't
Uh-huh.
see him that much. I don't see him in his natural state. He's very benign, very quiet.
He's very nervous around you. I
Yeah,
think.
and you also,
Not us.
you know what?
Yeah.
You're stunned by his handsomeness. Oh, yeah. Because that's often happens.
I'm still not used to it.
Right.
After 40-some years,
Uh-huh.
like I look over, I go, "Is that real? Is that
Yeah,
a
I
real
know.
person?"
I thought he was made of wax for the longest time.
Honestly, because his mouth never moves. It just
No.
Well, Fred thought it might be interesting.
Well, didn't you? Didn't Darren put together the Buried Alive thing
Yeah.
at the very
Yes.
beginning?
That
Yes.
was fun. Burying Howard. For
Yes, that was the
48
very
hours.
first promotion that we did as a team that kind of launched the show.
Yeah, it was crazy how you did that. Yeah,
Under the earth.
Yeah,
He was literally buried alive.
in a coffin under the earth at the Woodbine Mall or anything. And then Darren went away, and then he was part of the Mojo project, which we all loved, and he made it so much fun.
I have a question for you. I don't know if I've ever asked you this. Did you come up with the slogan "Talk Radio for Guys"?
I can't remember. Possibly. I was
Yeah.
on that team, so maybe. Yeah. I don't know.
I know
But
that
it was a great radio station.
some of the greatest marketing I've ever seen for a radio station, whether I was part of it or not. But that really was the billboards with the power tools
Yeah.
and the women. It was really something.
And people still talk about the "There's no chicks in jail."
No chicks in jail.
Don't drink and drive campaign was fabulous.
Yeah, that was a great
Although,
radio
do you
station.
think we had this conversation? Like at the time when it was Talk Radio for Guys, there was a little pushback. Do you think that could fly nowadays? Talk Radio for Guys. Do you think there'd be huge pushback?
But it's bizarre that you would. There's the Women's Network. There's so much Oprah. There's so many television properties that are like that. So I think it's all just how it's presented.
I just love how that you went that list. There's the Women's Network. There's Oprah. She exists. Why shouldn't there be something for guys?
That's essentially the same thing for females, right?
Yeah.
So I don't know.
We had a lot of fun with that, though.
Yeah, and then of course Dan took it. He adopted the slogan. There's no Dan Duran in jail, and that's where he's at right now.
That's seriously
So you
good.
get all drunk and start yelling at Fred about this and that, and the environment, and Justin Trudeau.
He doesn't think I respect the environment enough. It often starts there.
Yeah.
It does.
Now, do you wander around in blackface at the trailer in honor of your leader?
We haven't caught that yet.
Oh yeah, because he only does it at night. You know, he's such a super liberal. That's what
Yeah.
you guys all do in your meetings.
Yeah, exactly.
He doesn't want any part of this discussion. Well, listen, Darren. All the best to you and Lori.
Yes.
Lori Love, of
Yes.
course. Are we part of that
My
group
Wonderful
now?
Life.
Are we in that group?
What group?
Yes, we are. The
Oh,
Bell.
yeah, we are. The Bell Network.
The Bell.
Oh, are
Niagara.
you? Yeah, that's right. You are kind of.
The
Well,
Bell-
you're outside. You're on the edge.
have
You're
you
like
not-
right on the edge.
Have you not been updated?
Well, you're contracted guys. So I don't know how that
So
works.
Lori Love and our friend Curtis, who worked with me at least at The Mix for a while, and Lori and Curtis are doing a show. Lori's one of the most popular radio broadcasters in this province or any other.
She's like the queen of Niagara.
She is the queen of Niagara. She's Lori on the
Yes.
lake,
Yeah.
and she's been doing a morning show there for many, many years. She's one of the finest.
What
and,
is it? 105.7
Easy Rock.
Easy
yes.
Rock, yes.
Uh-huh.
It's a show a lot like ours, set with a lot of listeners and advertising and things. It's fantastic.
Yeah, and very popular. Yeah.
Very popular.
Very
It's a
popular.
very popular show. Well, all the best to you.
And to you.
No.
Yeah.
Okay.
Are you here this Christmas or are you traveling again?
I'm right here right now.
Oh, very good. You are.
I'm not.
You
I'm
tried
gonna
to
be-
put
I'm
that
right
by
here.
me.
I did.
No, you
I got
are.
right here, right in your
You're
face.
right here, right
I'm
now.
right here, right now.
Ah, you're awesome.
I love
He
that
never
song.
really leaves for Christmas, do you?
I don't think I do.
No, you don't.
I stay.
Yeah.
I'm a Christmas stayer. No, I'm going to have Charlie is coming home. It's funny because I sent my kids a text today, and I said, this is the very first time I think ever that one of my kids, in some form or another, even when they were babies. I remember that first Christmas when Charlie was like not even a year old, sitting on my knee at the Bloor and Bathurst location. And I sent them a note saying, it's the first time one of you hasn't been here. I know. So she's coming home on Saturday. Spencer lives here, but, tries to avoid me when she can. Yeah.
So you're all getting together.
We're
Good.
all getting together.
Oh, that's good.
We're going to have a little GFR, and I and the girls are going to get together Christmas Eve, and then Christmas Day, of course, the Jews that love Christmas will unwrap all the presents.
Nice. So you celebrate. You
Love
always
it.
have. You've
Love
always
it.
been a big celebrator of the Christmas season.
Love Christmas. All right.
I love how you just have to wake up in the morning, do a combat roll down those stairs,
That's
and
what I
you're
do.
behind your mic and that works.
Seriously. Most days I don't even put on pants. Darren Wassel, get it
Thank
right
you.
there.
Hey, happy Christmas.
Thanks, Darren. Thanks for
you,
coming.
Thank you.
Good to see you.
Thank you.
All right, Boone. Boone, get up here. Boone. Boone. And let's see who's left. Is there anyone that we haven't?
The women.
Well, Doll's here, too.
Yeah.
We should say hi to Doll.
Speaking of which, I didn't see my boy here today either. He said he was coming.
Chris Dow came in here from Freedom Construction.
Right.
He's here with his team,
fellas.
with his group, and his mom. What's mom's name again? Debbie. Hi, Deb. She's from the East Coast, and she's a wonderful person. She brought us some hooch or whatever, screech. Wow.
Chicken bone liqueur.
Yeah.
What would that be?
Well, that's a drink so strong that once you will bone a chicken.
Yeah. Why? Maybe we should try a little snort of that
You should.
as we
All
sit.
right.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I will.
Yeah, you do
And
it.
I'll tell you about it.
Yeah, you take some chicken bone liqueur, and I'll go up and get my medication. There he is, ladies and gentlemen. Toronto Mike Boone is here. Toronto Mike, goddamn Boone. What's up, son?
Hey, great to be here. Merry Christmas,
This
guys.
is the last show. We'll be back. When is our
The
next
6th,
one?
I
6th
believe.
of January.
Yeah, right. Which is great because people get to hear all the highlight shows between now and then.
They should
And
go
they're
cherry
great.
pick. They should cherry pick
they're-
all those great episodes.
Yeah.
Peter Mansbridge, John Tory, lots of big names in there.
Yeah, man. And this is the transition. Barker was here, and then Mike has taken over, handling all our social media. We've been in business with Mike actually. The very first we told the story, the origin story of the very first podcast we ever did was it's kind of strange because it was Fred and I, Mike and Dan.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know who else was in the room that day we recorded. For
Bingo
the
Bob showed up
at the very first one at Dan's place.
Yes. Yep.
Really?
I have the I have the photo.
Wasn't Pete there too?
Pete showed up. Yeah, Scary
Yes,
Pete.
Scary
Bingo
Pete.
Bob. Bingo
Yes.
Bob, who I'm going to see tomorrow, by the way. I'll say hi for you. And I'm not sure. I don't think Chicken Shawarma was there, but there were a couple. Andy Wilson, maybe?
No, I don't know about that. I'm just talking the very first time Mike.
Yeah. I have a photo,
Okay.
and definitely Bingo Bob, and definitely Scary Pete.
But the point is, from that day on, even through this project, which is now stretching into what? 9th year, is it? 8th? Whatever.
2011. That's 9th year.
Yeah, so you've always been there for us because along the way, we're older guys, technical issues pop up, and some days we couldn't get the show up, especially in the early days, and you were always there for us.
That friend, I'll agree. I agree. I will echo those comments because there was I think the first few weeks, if not a month or so, Mike sat with us at the end of every show because there was some technical stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And you guys were more popular than anticipated. So I saw here today Ian Service. I know
Right.
I'm just giving him a little love because his robust servers mean that your multitude of fans can, download and stream and never an issue. Like, really, it's always been up since Ian joined the team.
See, that's another thing. All the people along the way that have helped us because we were having issues.
Yeah, and
when
as-
it came to that, and
Yeah.
then along
There's a lot of
comes Ian.
moving parts.
Well,
Yeah.
absolutely. In that first month or so, Mike would sit with us and make sure that we did, and we edited it correctly. We put it in the right spot. The URL had to be right. All these things that we didn't know about, and it really, honestly, it's true when we say this. I'm not just being schmaltzy. That we couldn't have done the podcast if you hadn't sort of held our hand through it. And now, of course, you're really Canada's leading podcast content, something or other. Toronto,
What is that, Mike?
What is
Something
it?
or other.
Yeah.
What is it?
Yeah,
Toronto District?
I'm just here. If I can help broadcasters like yourself who are excellent, in my humble opinion, if I can help you guys be heard, like I look around the room, it's a full house here. I bet you even more people listening at home. And if I can help you guys be heard, then I just feel like my work is done.
And the amazing thing, we've been through ups and downs. I mean, some arguments. Howard ruined your wedding. It was
That's
like,
right.
and you're still here.
And I'm
You're
still married.
Uh-huh.
So Howard, you haven't completely ruined
That's
that.
right, on my deathbed. Listen, why? Hey,
But that's when he was hitting the bottle.
Listen, we got to wrap up the live show here right now. Thanks, by the way, everyone who's listening on Funny 820 and around the province. Thanks on Twitch. Thanks on Facebook Live. We'll continue a couple of seconds, I guess. Are we going to do a little podcast extra, or are we done?
We can. Did the girls want to talk?
Yeah, well, maybe we'll
Did
do
they?
that. We'll do a quick
They're
interview.
so shy.
They're
though.
so shy. I know.
All right.
All right. Thanks, everybody. We really appreciate you coming in here today. All right.
Thank you, everyone.
And, Phil.
Again.
Phil, what mic is that? All right. right, here we go. Here's Phil. Say goodbye.
This episode of Humble and Fred Radio is brought to you by FYI Music News, The Retirement Sherpa, Gig Sky, The Chambers Plan, Strain Print, Palma Pasta, CDN Technologies, and our newest sponsor, Sticker U, where you can get your stickers on Queen Street or order anywhere in the world. We broadcast to the world from the worldwide headquarters of the Humble and Fred Show. More Humble and Fred next year and online at humbleandfredradio.com.
I wanted love, I needed love, most of all. Someone said true love was dead, and I found a fall.
Is that Laura? Hi, Laura. That's Laura from Sticker U, everybody. Look at Laura. She's nice. Laura's the nicest. All those stickers, you can take a sticker away. You're going to try and, well, first, hey, Muzzin, come say hi. Our very first sponsor of this program was iTex. Like, literally, we started the show in 2011. We didn't have anybody sponsoring us. We were sort of just finding our way, as we just said. And we happened to be in this building where the mastermind behind iTex North America took us and said, hey, guys, how about we barter some stuff? And we were like, yeah, what is that?
Mm-hmm.
And then all of a sudden we got some cool stuff to give away, and you were our first sponsor.
Yeah, I was so proud to be the first sponsor of the show, and it's at least in that incarnation of the
Yeah,
show. And
that was cool.
It was cool. It was wonderful having you guys next door and getting to know everybody so well, and projects before that too, of course. But it was great, and I was so happy to be part of it, and still proud to do that today. And off and on, I'm here and love to recognize you guys, and you guys do the same for me, and I really appreciate it.
Well, it's been fun to watch you two, because from those beginnings, what are you now, the most powerful man in
The most
iTex?
powerful man in barter.
Like, seriously, you went from just the Toronto franchise to what now?
Right now, we manage about 6 offices, either satellite or physical, in iTex in Canada, and then sit on the board for the association for the iTex offices. So, yeah, there's a lot going on in iTex. We're doing a lot of changes. We're actually moving our head office here in Toronto.
You are?
We are. We're moving out of the building that we all met in many years ago.
Where are you going? You didn't tell me that.
I know. It's sort of new news.
He's going into our basement here.
That's right.
fantastic.
That's right.
Yeah.
We're moving people out and moving in.
I don't know if people realize that not only has this guy been a huge supporter of ours, but he really is one of the nicest people you would ever meet.
Stop,
for instance,
man, you guys.
For instance, how many people in this room have given their kidney to someone? Well, only Mike. Only Mike. You people are hoarding your kidneys. Not Mike. He's just giving them away. He traded his on buns.
There you go.
He gave it to his dad.
Yes, many years ago. Now, 12 years ago, we just had our anniversary.
Excellent. Wow. And he's doing well?
He's doing great. Yeah, he's doing great. He's going on a lot of vacations. Good for him.
Yeah, where is the new office, though?
New office will be at 427 in Dundas. So very, very close to your headquarters here.
Excellent.
And so we'll be definitely in the neighborhood. But yeah, we'll more details coming.
Okay. As long as it's convenient for us to drop by and just pick up stuff from time to time.
A gift basket or two.
Gift basket.
I did that yesterday.
I did that yesterday.
I don't think there is. Yeah, actually, I saw you came by.
Yeah.
I was in Montreal yesterday at our Montreal office. We had a Christmas party there.
Sweet, man.
Very good.
Anyways, thank you so much again for all your support.
Mike Muzzin, for God's sake, look at him. Look at him. Let's get Doll over here. And why don't we just take a microphone down? And I don't think Rachel is going to get out of her corner there. She's doesn't want to talk to anybody. Where's Doll?
I think she left.
Doll, get up here.
Oh, her heart just sunk.
Dolly. What mic has Rachel got, guys?
Laura's here.
Who?
Laura from Spy.
I said Laura's here. I said Laura, come on over and say hi, Laura, and then quickly. Is that fine? Hang on one second, Rachel. We'll get to first. While we're waiting for Doll, Laura, come and say hi to everyone. Laura from Sticker U, everybody. Laura. Laura Fit from Sticker U. You sweet. Hello, nice person. Doll.
Hi, Laura.
Go by Rachel for support. Laura, thanks for just to drop in quickly, say hi. You guys are where at Queen and Bathurst?
We are at Queen and Bathurst, and we also have a pop-up in Square One if you can't make it all the way downtown.
Yeah, what is that? I read that the other day. You guys are doing a pop-up. You just take over a little space for the holidays?
Yeah, it's a little kiosk. It's there from November 15th to January 15th, and if you have any last-minute gifts you got to get, it's a good place to get them. You can go and find a sticker for anybody.
And explain some of your products. I mean, Sticker doesn't say it all.
Sticker doesn't say it all. Stickers are actually pretty cool.
Mhm.
Our main product is that you can customize your own.
Mhm.
So if you have like a picture or you've got an idea or a piece of art, you can upload it and then you can size it in any way you want. But on Queen and in Square One, we have ready-made stickers. So if you can think of any of your favorite internet memes, we probably have it in a sticker.
You know what I said the other day, and it's true. I didn't realize this, that you guys can do stickers that you can put on a fridge, and you can do stickers the size of a fridge you can put on the wall.
Yeah, exactly.
I was looking at the website, and I wish I would welcome anyone to go to stickeru.com and see this stuff, because it's amazing. It's great presents and great ideas. And you know, because when we first started talking, I'm like, stickers, well, you know, like, what am I putting them on my kids' lunch boxes? But they're real stickers.
It's pretty crazy what people end up using them for. I think the latest one was the San Francisco Opera. Used some of our stickers for an activation that they had with a gingerbread house, and then they created a bunch of candy canes and things for kids to put on it after the show. You know, people use them for wall art. They make wall decals of favorite pieces of art. So if you're renting, you can do that instead of, you know, wrecking the walls.
You're not supposed to
Because
do
all
that.
of these are removable, right?
All right.
So,
Mhm.
yeah.
No, we were looking around here the other day thinking, where could we put something?
Well, that's, you know, one of the things we thought we would do, and this is this will show you how cool this is. We want to take all our sponsors' logos, turn them into stickers, and then just have them here and there, so that when we're talking about them on Twitch, we can just have them so people can see them.
That's a great idea.
Courtesy of Sticker U.
Of course.
All right, man.
I'd be happy to do that.
Listen, happy holidays.
Thank you.
Thank you. Happy holidays to you.
All right. And we mentioned Jim Carr's here. Jim, how are you, sir? That's the great Jim Carr, everyone.
Hi, Jim.
Sweet angel. And speaking of sweet, hello, ladies, over here in the corner, hiding away from us, mostly. Hello, Rachel. How are you? This is.
I'm fine, Howard. How are you?
Yeah, talk a little closer to that microphone.
Hi.
And project.
Good morning.
Good morning. This is your second time that you've come to the Christmas party.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is.
And what are your thoughts so far? You've
It's
enjoyed
very
yourself?
festive.
It is festive.
Did you have a sandwich?
I did not. No.
Well,
Thank
help
you.
yourself.
I will. I will.
Yeah. And who's here? Who's with you over there?
Oh, just me.
That's Delise Patterson. That's my wife. I think she's pretty much been to every one of these.
I have.
Yeah.
Delise, you were there at the very first one.
Yeah.
When
I'm afraid to miss one.
Why?
Well-
What would happen?
I don't know.
Dolly,
Maybe
how's
a
retirement?
curse.
How's retirement?
Awesome.
Yeah, you like it? What
Love
about
it.
this, though, Doll, if you don't mind me asking? Because, you know, Fred shows up around 10:30, 11 every day, and then
Turns the radio on loud.
He does what?
I turn the radio on loud. I go, hey, Google, play News Talk 1010, or hey, Google, play Funny 820.
So, but I wanted to ask, after all the years you guys have been together, now going into your 40th year or so, even more, but this is, now you're around each other all the time, because he comes in the next day, he's like, oh, you'd never believe what she was saying.
Oh,
yeah.
he better
Oh, yeah.
not.
Oh, yeah. He says, so
No,
it's-
it
You
was
know
a-
I
It
don't.
was a bit of an adjustment the first maybe 2 months, but
In what way?
just, I don't know, just being around each other.
Yeah, I guess.
Well, listen, Rachel
All
gets,
the time?
Rachel gets sick of me after 3 days, so I understand.
Well, I was saying to her the other day, I hate this weather because most days I would just go home and I'd be outside, just around the house doing whatever. I can't do that now. So.
Close quarters.
Yeah.
Yeah, do you hide from Doll? Is that what you
Sometimes
do?
I go in the basement. She doesn't really like the basement as a place to hang out.
Why is that, Dolly? It's too cold?
It's too dark and
She's not a
I just
basement
don't like
person.
it.
Yeah, and he's probably down there, and you're like, I don't know what he's doing, but I don't want to find out.
Exactly.
Exactly. Rachel,
That's his space.
And how are you, my love?
Mm-hmm. Yes, I'm great.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And what will you be spending some holidays with your boy?
Yes, we're spending some time together over the holidays. Definitely, yes. We have our first Glassman Hilton Christmas Eve dinner.
That's right. You and the girls and
Yeah.
I. And
Will she help light the menorah?
well, she helps. She likes my menorah almost every day.
Okay.
I will tell you that. There's been some great menorah lighting in the last couple of years. Oh, you're talking about candles.
Yes.
All right. Well, listen, my loves. Good seeing you both, Rachel and
you.
and Dolly
And you.
All right.
That's
Very nice.
funny.
Hey,
And you.
Barb. Barb's here. We're almost done. You missed the main show, but hey, everyone, Barb from CDN Technology.
All right.
What?
Hey, Barb.
Hi, Barbie.
Hey, how's it going?
Good, man. We just wanted to say hi. We're about to wrap things up. I know. Was traffic just terrible, or what was it?
Well,
Actually, I forgot.
It's all right, man.
I was driving into work, and I thought, oh, shit, I was supposed to be there.
Yeah, that's
and
all
then
right.
I just went on the other way on the QEW, so here I am.
And it's great. See, this is the podcast extra, so you can say shit.
Thank you. Ooh, I really, really appreciate that.
Barb, we were talking about that story of
Life Labs yesterday?
Life Labs, yeah, and I got your
shit
note.
on a stick? Yeah, I remember.
I got your note too late.
Oh, okay.
I didn't see it during the show.
Oh.
What was your take? See
Well,
you, Fred.
Bye, Freddie.
Why are you leaving? It doesn't matter. Go ahead.
What was my take on it? It happens all the time. They don't have a proper backup system, which I talk about all the time. So this way, when you get hit with ransomware, you don't have the ability to recover from it at all. So that's why they ended up paying the ransom. And if they negotiated or things like that, only 1 in 4 people get their data back if they pay the ransom. And as you mentioned yesterday, did they take a copy of it? Who knows? They're never going to say what happened. They didn't have the proper IT security in place, and they didn't have a proper backup system. And now, because of all of the new laws, that's why everything got posted. What they haven't posted yet is how much they paid.
Well,
I don't
yeah,
think
they're
ever
not
will.
going to.
And the fallout is why they knew about this in October and didn't tell the public till this week, which was another problem.
It's Canadian law now that when you have such a big breach that you have to post
You
all
have
of
to
this.
let people know.
That's exactly
Well, did they
it.
break the law then by not?
Well, they did let people know.
When?
Okay. It was on the Toronto Sun on day before yesterday. It came out.
Yeah,
in the
now they
evening
let people
news.
know. We're just
They
saying
let
it-
people know.
it
But it happened in October. They should have let people know, and you could have taken.
They're freaking out. You don't know what to do. What happened? So essentially now, I think the only good thing that comes out of this is that you can Google and find out what your blood type is really fast, or you can find out your test results just a little bit quicker.
Yeah, no kidding. Well, listen, Barb, thanks for just, you know what, we appreciate you making the time to come in here. You didn't have to, but we do appreciate it. Great having you as a partner and as a sponsor. And, of course, Barb's podcast that Phil produces is called
No Tech Talk, and that's KNOW.
And Barb Paluskowicz, all the best to you for the holidays.
Thank you very much,
All right,
and
Barbie.
thanks for all your help.
Oh, my God, look at you. All right, dude.
Jim Richards did a bit on that yesterday. What if the hackers phone you to give you your test results?
That's funny.
What they would charge you. Yeah, it was funny.
Hey, Dan Duran.
Yes.
Oh, there's Clyde. Hey, Clyde. Clyde, how are you, man? Good. Clyde's your brother-in-law. Did you know that?
Yes, he has been for going on 40 years.
He knows
He's a good lad.
He is a good lad.
Uh-huh.
And
a big supporter of this show,
well,
constantly.
I was going to say, Clyde, thanks for Clyde's there almost every day on Twitch because he's got to be. He's not only a supporter, but he's bored. He's got nothing. What's that, bud?
Doll tells me you got to get on.
That doll tells you what to do. Yeah, she does that to Fred too.
Yeah, 40 years, and big supporter of the show, and he's a good guy.
All right. Dan,
Yes.
we're just going to wrap things up now.
All right,
Do you
let's do
have
that,
any final thoughts?
Stay warm for the next couple of days and look forward to Christmas, which will be lovely.
Yeah, all the best to you and your family.
You're going out west, Dan?
I am going out west to Calgary and enjoying the view of the mountains from my brother's window and watching the snow come down.
All right, Mr. Patterson, all the best to you. Happy Christmas. This is
Same way
our
again. Yeah.
celebrating together
Yes.
our love of the holidays and
Yes.
baby Jesus.
Yes.
It's going to be what? 5 decades of Humble and Friend?
Through 5 decades,
through
yes.
5 decades.
Uh-huh.
All right.
Yeah, no, I get it.
And now all
Fantastic.
that's left to do is a contest to see which one of us dies first. Happy Christmas, everybody!
There's a destination a little up the road from the habitations of the towns we know. A place we saw the lights turn low, the jigsaw jazz and the get fresh flow. Pulling out jobs and jamboree handouts, 2 turntables and a microphone. Bottles and cans, or just clap your hands, or just clap your hands. Where's that?